Alright guys, BLM here, back, new live stream, and here we're going to be playing Assassin's Creed Revelations. So let's just jump right into Revelations here, and then again we'll do the checking of the stream and everything, and then we will see what happens from there. So again, gotta change the category, because this, for some reason, every single time I start this game, it starts off as games and demos. But yeah, really love the Revelations theme here, and that's about to start in a second. Alright, there we go, Revelations, update, and then we will go ahead and check the stream out. Hello, hello, hello. There's that weird noise again. So for some reason, every single time I start stream, there's a weird noise. It looks like it corrected itself again. I don't know why that is, but it looks like we're good. So yeah, we are playing Assassin's Creed Revelations here. 9.5 years, essentially 9.5 years after its initial release. Obviously, I will be doing a video on the channel at the 10-year anniversary of the game, but here we are playing the game for the final time before I make that video, which will obviously, as I said, come out on the 10-year anniversary, which is this November. I think it's scheduled for like November 10th or something, somewhere around there. But yeah, obviously, I don't have to replay the game, but I'm going to replay the game. Like, to be honest, I could do the video without replaying it. Like, I did that for AC2, but I just didn't feel right about making it then, and like, ever since then, I haven't made a video about a game unless I played the game immediately beforehand. So, yeah, Revelations, we're replaying here. Obviously, we've played AC2 and Brotherhood, all in preparation for this, and because I will be paying a lot more attention when playing the game here, obviously, I'll still talk to the chat and everything along the way, but when we get into story moments, I'll definitely be paying attention. We will also just in general be... Actually, I never realized that. It really annoys me how Assassin's Creed logos aren't centered if you pay attention. It's like, I think it's because of the text and everything. I don't even know why. Okay, cool. That's not what I wanted you to do. I just wanted you to play the music. But yeah, I mean, we will be taking our time with Revelations here, unlike AC2 and Brotherhood, both of which we kind of rushed through. With the exception of AC2, we did do the Armor Voltaire. Here we will be doing most of the side content. This won't be a 100% completion playthrough because I couldn't be bothered. Oh yeah, we will have... Oh no, I forgot about that. We'll also have to play Lost Archive. Shit, I completely forgot about that, actually. Lost Archive, and then we will watch Embers, I think, at the end of the stream. At the end of the stream series, not this stream, but when we're done with Revelations, we'll go and watch Embers, which isn't too long. It's only like 15 minutes, right? What's the biggest completion? Do I only have 66%? I could have sworn I had more than that. Huh. Okay. That's the latest one? Why is this the latest one? Huh. Okay. Yeah, it's only been... Actually, I guess that's a decent amount of time. It's like 8 months? 8.5 months since I last played Revelations. By the way, it was after the last time I last played Brotherhood, which was for the Brotherhood retrospective. But yeah, let's go. We're gonna start the game here. I don't know which one to override. I guess I'll override this one because the sync is less. Okay, so I guess I'll, just like these other ones, I'll name them TMR Live. Because why not? Just consistent there, and yeah, whatever, you won't let me have the space, but whatever. I love this intro though by Subject 16. Dude, I love Revelations. Like, Revelations is a game that has grown on me so much over time. Or like, when I first played it, I fucking, like, I was so underwhelmed by it, but like now it's like I can't believe I was underwhelmed by it.
2 months ago, you were pouring shots for bankers and celebrities, but now look at you. You're an assassin.
One of us.
One of us.
One of the good guys.
One of the good guys. Isn't that nice? Men and women dedicated to protecting and preserving human life and liberty. Not like those Templars. Cold and calculating autocrats drunk on power.
Yeah, I guess I might as well get this out of the way. This is a very impromptu stream. I did not plan on streaming tonight. But again, normally I would stream on Monday. However, I kind of realized that I kind of have a lot going on tomorrow. So tomorrow I do in the morning. I have some stuff going on. I still need to watch BBAU. And really the main thing that's like going to hold everything back is there's a video I want to edit tomorrow that is decently long, but really this week, just in general for the main channel, I am going to be focusing on just wrapping up these last 2 videos I need for this batch of videos I've been working on for like the last 3 months now, which are 2 videos that it's kind of weird because like both of these videos I believe were not initially part of this batch of videos, which is why this batch of videos has taken so long. So many videos have been added and whatnot, but
your mind is fragmented, falling to pieces.
Oh, did I miss Your Mind Is Broken? Oh no, I missed it. You know, that's what I get for talking throughout this. Whatever. Again, this is such a perfect way to end the stories of Ezio and Altair. Again, like a point in the series where they actually cared about continuity and everything.
But this was built to recreate memories, not simulate entire cognitive processes.
Again, did not plan on streaming tonight, but yeah, got 2 videos left to edit for this batch, and I just decided, you know, I just think it's time to get them done. It's just like, I just want to get them out of the way, so I don't have to think about them, and then I could just spend the time after that just focusing on the videos, the next batch of videos, plus also like Challenge All-Stars and BBAU and stuff like that. So, 2 videos that are left are a Yakuza Like a Dragon retro series of videos I plan on doing that are coming out later this year, and most of them are done at this point. Yeah, I believe only 2 are left, the Like a Dragon video and then the Judgment and spin-offs video that I haven't even started working on yet. We'll probably play Judgment on this channel before I make that video though. Oh no, Your Mind Is Broken is here. It's not in the intro.
Didn't tell you my name.
I love this interaction because, again, with context, it makes this a lot better. With the context that the Subject 16 in Brotherhood is not him, not this Subject 16. Your mind, it's broken. I love that line for some reason. So did I. And look at me now. I love this intro. And I love how fucked Desmond's face looks in comparison to the previous games. I mean, they really changed it for this game, but then they changed it again for AC2 to make it look even weirder. Or AC3, sorry. To make it look even weirder. It's weird, too, because it's like it's the same engine. Like, so I don't know why they bothered changing it. It's really bizarre.
Hello, world. You're lucky someone up there.
It is crazy that this game was developed in like 9 months, by the way.
Right now, you should be sitting in a hospital.
Because like people talk about Brotherhood, oh Brotherhood, like I can't believe that was developed in a year and stuff. And it's like it was, but it wasn't though, was it? For that, were already made before, and they decided to reuse a whole bunch of assets from AC2. And obviously they made a lot more side content and stuff like that, but it's like, for the most part, it's like, the fundamentals of that game were pretty much done. Revelations here, like, obviously you've reused a lot of assets, but it is insane that, like, this actually had a shorter amount of time. But also, like, has some, I mean, like, if you actually look at, like, again, when we finish the game, we'll see the credits. The credits for this game are ridiculous. Like, it's literally 30 minutes.
The Animus can separate Desmond from Ezio and Altair and send you home, back to your body. How do you know all this? Because it happened to me. But my body, it's work food now. So I'm stuck here.
I forgot, was that ever canonized that,
when you step through there,
that he was the instrument of the first will?
nothing.
I don't remember if that ever was or not.
Normal. But you you are still in control.
Yeah, so I mean, through this playthrough again, we'll be playing the main game. We'll do side content. We'll also play the Lost Archive,
What?
and we will play.
I thought you knew.
And we'll watch Assassin's Creed Embers. So, and we'll also do Desmond Journeys. Well, I guess that's part of the side content of this game, but. Yeah, so I mean, we got a decent amount of stuff to do here. I'm thinking it's probably going to take us 5 to 6 streams, I would think. I'm thinking about 15 hours. Probably like 5 streams, right? We'll see. I mean, the main game is super short. Like, the main game is actually, I believe, shorter than even Brotherhood's. Yeah, we will be, taking our time with it, though. Do we get a message here, or not? I guess not. When do we want to do Desmond's journey? I think we'll wait a little.
Sean, what's going on?
Let me talk to him.
Well, no, I don't want to accidentally start it.
I'll put you on speaker.
Yeah, because it is cool how in the collection here they unlock them. Because like in the original game you need to find a certain amount of animus fragments to unlock them, but here you're actually allowed to, like, they unlocked all of them from the beginning, which is kind of dumb if you really think about it, the fact that you do all of them before. Like, I did that before. I think in my last playthrough I literally, like, our last playthrough I did these, at least I did them all before I even did the main story, which is funny. But yeah, I mean, we're not going to do them now. I think we'll save them for a bit later. Probably like sequence 3. I don't know. Well, we'll figure it out. We might not actually. Maybe we'll just save it for after the game. Maybe that's something else we'll do. I don't know. We will see. Yeah, I guess we'll jump into the game. It is funny how this is literally just a wall. Like with obviously with the trigger there, once you hit it, they throw you into the thing. Yeah, look at all this list of all the Ubisoft studios that worked on it. Montreal, Annecy, which I don't even know what they've done since then. Bucharest, whatever. Kiev. Yeah, a lot of these are just support teams, but massive. But they also needed the support for Revelations, considering how quick this was. Like, fuck you, Ubisoft Quebec. They developed Syndicate and Odyssey. Singapore. Oh, is that it? I thought there were more. Oh, I fucking love this intro, though.
I have been in Acre a week now, safe and in high spirits.
But prepared for the worst.
The men and women who have fed and sheltered me here also give me warning that the road to Masyaf is overrun by mercenaries and bandits, not native to this land. What this could mean, I dread to guess.
This is the E3 trailer, right?
10 months ago, I did so with a single purpose: to discover
It's
what
such a
our father
great
found.
way to introduce
The
this
letter written the
game.
year before my birth. He makes mention of a library hidden beneath the
Even though it
stone
is
of Masyaf
really
Castle.
jarring when we get into gameplay and just looks so much worse. But still. Doo doo doo.
So what will I find when I arrive there?
Who will greet me? Host of eager Templars, as I fear strongly. How much strongly, rather?
Or nothing but the whistling of a cold and lonely wind.
Masyaf has now been the home to the assassins for 3... Oh, fuck off. Right, whatever. Close enough.
And we still claim it for our own. Are we welcome there?
I fucking love this intro. It really is great, though.
Wary of these fight, Claudia. Not because
I fucking love the music, too. Again, like, AC Revelations is probably up there as my favorite soundtracks in the history of gaming.
Today,
I don't think it's number 1 anymore. It was for a while, though. I do think the theme is one of my favorite pieces of music. Like this song that's playing right now. It's one of my favorite pieces of music in all of gaming.
I may better understand the purpose of our fight and my place in it.
But yeah, another factor in why I am streaming tonight instead of or why I'm streaming tonight, I guess, is because of I did finish Final Fantasy 15 last night, which I kind of just rushed through to the end of it, to be honest. Kind of got to a point where I was just kind of annoyed by the side content, so I was just like, fuck it, well, I'll just rush through the rest of the main story, and I was able to, like, over Thursday, Friday, and then last night, I was able to finish it. Which, I'll be honest, my opinion of the game, I feel like, has gone down since I last played it, but whatever. I'm still gonna do the retrospective. So yeah, that one, the problem that, I mean, not the problem, but the thing that I still need to do before I do the retrospective, though, for that, is I want to play all the DLCs, which I do own, I just have never played them, so I will be playing those DLCs for the first time, and I need to watch, Kingsglaive, the movie involved. That's, like, pretty cool. Or at least it shows the events of the beginning of the game. So I'll watch that too. And then again, Final Fantasy 15 and AC Revelations are the final two retrospectives for the year to work on. So that's why I'm playing them now. And it's really jarring when you get into gameplay here. That just looks so much worse than that cutscene. There we go. Yeah, for me at this point, I think there's an argument for Revelations being my favorite Assassin's Creed game. So if I were to redo my Assassin's Creed ranking, I do think Revelations would probably be number 2 at this point. If not number, like it would jump up either way. Like, it was number 4 last time. I think it would at least be 3 this time. Yeah, I mean, I just really, really adore how they conclude the story of Ezio and wrap it up with Altair's as well, and also continue on Desmond's story all in the same way. I mean, it's not without its flaws. Like, there definitely are flaws, and we'll talk about when we get to them, but and I'll talk about it in my retrospective, but it's still, like, a really, really great game. Fuck. There we go. Alright. Well, there we go. Okay. That's here. But yeah, so, yeah, that's why I'm streaming tonight. So probably won't end up streaming tomorrow night because of that Yakuza Like a Dragon video that I want to get done. Essentially, what I'm going to try to do is get the Yakuza Like a Dragon video done tomorrow, and then I have Wednesday and Friday off afterwards, which during those 2 days, I would like to get the 2020 year in gaming video done over the course of those 2 days. And that's kind of the plan for the week in terms of what I'm working on for the other channel. Obviously, outside of watching, like, BBAU, which has a few episodes this week, and whatever, but and Challenge All Stars, which actually I might end up pre-recording some of the Challenge All Stars review by the end of it, but by the end of this week. But yeah, that's kind of the plan for the week for me working on stuff. Who's the ghost dude? It's Altair. So Assassin's Creed. So yeah, okay. This is Revelations. This is the final game with Ezio. So I've played 2 in Brotherhood now, which were 2 introduced Ezio. Brotherhood was like kind of a sequel story. Revelations here is Ezio's final game. However, obviously, like, Ezio was introduced in Assassin's Creed 2. Assassin's Creed 1 starred Altair, who is the ghost guy here, who is essentially, I mean, at this point in time, a legendary assassin. Okay, cool. I messed that up. But, he, well, you'll see through this game that, all the things that he ends up doing, but, yeah, he's essentially, like, the former protagonist of this, like, he's the protagonist of the first game in the series, and this game wraps up his storyline and Ezio's, really perfectly by the end of it, in a really satisfying way, which Assassin's Creed doesn't really care to do anymore. And to be honest, it was completely by accident, too. I mean, like, Assassin's Creed is a series that, even from the beginning, they like to like just have new characters every entry and not give a shit about them afterwards. But like 2 was a very special case where before Assassin's Creed 3, like essentially at the time that Assassin's Creed 2 came out, where am I going? I'm going the wrong way. There were still 3 years until Assassin's Creed 3 was going to come out. However, Ubisoft realized, oh, these games are like, this could be our major franchise moving forward. So let's essentially let's bring out these other Assassin's Creed games that we can make super, super quickly. And through that, they had these Ezio sequels, reusing assets and everything. Again, like really quick turnaround on these games. Brotherhood was developed within a year. Revelations here was developed within 9 months. Like, it literally started production at the beginning of 2011 and came out in November. So again, a very short time frame there in terms of development. But yeah, these games were able to conclude the storyline up until this point in terms of the ancestor stories of Altair and Ezio, while also progressing the main story to a degree with Desmond, which his story wraps up in AC3, and then after AC3, they're just kind of doing whatever, I guess. Like, essentially, the franchise essentially died really after this game, if you really want to think about it. But like, Brotherhood was the last game to include the original creative director of the series. Essentially, Patrice Désilets is the creator of Assassin's Creed 2. I mean, he's the creator of the concept and narrative and all that sort of stuff. And it's like, he essentially got fired/quit in the middle of Brotherhood's production. However, most of that game is still in his vision. Like, you can very clearly tell that the plan was still going through. Revelations here is the first game that didn't have him involved. However, it was written by Darby McDevitt, who is a fantastic writer and really is the best writer Assassin's Creed has ever seen. He later writes Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, which is probably the best game in the franchise after these first few initial games. He obviously writes this game, which is masterfully written, probably the best written Assassin's Creed game in the series. And then he wrote Valhalla, the latest entry in the series, and that was kind of his swan song, as he has left Ubisoft since then. He created the initial plot and characters for Assassin's Creed Origins before leaving that project because they wouldn't give him the freedom that he wanted. Yes, I mean, like, really, like, in Assassin's Creed Valhalla is a game that I criticize so much nowadays, but it is a game that that the good things about it are because of Darby. And like, really, like, that, like, Darby McDevitt is just such a fantastic writer, and that's a lot of the reason why this game is as good as it is. It's like, he cares about the little details, he cares about the history of the franchise. He doesn't break lore at every single opportunity, which it seems like every other Assassin's Creed game since then has pretty much done. Like, he's one of the few people that gets it, especially one of the few people outside of outside of the original creators of the series that gets it. But what the fuck? Okay, there we go. We got it. Parachute. There we go. But yeah, since then, though, it's, I mean, like, it's been a pretty, I mean, like, Assassin's Creed as a series is just a complete disaster. And it's a series that had so much potential in my eyes, up until, I mean, 3 is, like, kind of the point where it's like, yeah, this isn't the greatest it could possibly be, but it's like, it was still tolerable. And then, like, Black Flag's really good, even though it doesn't do that much to progress the story, but sets up so much stuff that could have been really great, but then they just do nothing with it from that point forward. And yeah, I mean, it's a really frustrating series to be a fan of, and that's kind of why at this point I'm a very disgruntled Assassin's Creed fan. Dude, I mean, like, to be honest, I don't care anymore. Like, Assassin's Creed Wrath, like, the Valhalla DLC just came out, Wrath of Druids. I haven't even played it yet. I will eventually, because I do plan on doing a review of it at some point this year. Again, like, the second DLC for that, Siege of Paris, comes out, I believe it's rumored to be coming out in September. So, I mean, that's probably when I'll get around to playing Wrath of Druids, and I'll just play both of them back to back and do a retrospect or review of them. But to be honest, I'm just I'm out of it right now with the newer Assassin's Creed games. I have no intention of playing Valhalla outside of that for a while, and like Odyssey, it like pains me to think about playing Odyssey. Like Origins was fun, but it's like I love Origins, but it's like it's not for the reasons I love these older Assassin's Creed games. It's like for a completely different reason. Alright, there we go.
None of you leave until the assassin is dead. Do you understand?
Ignore me, Kirilo. He seems to have found us.
But yeah, just in general moving forward, like obviously I'll be playing Revelations until it's done. I'll do a retrospective of it at the end of the year. But yeah, so we'll be playing until it's done. I don't know how long they'll take, and I think like 5 to 6 streams maybe. We'll see. Still don't really have a solid plan on what we're doing after this. Like more than likely, like I talked about this, how by the end of the year I want to do a top 10, or not top 10 anymore, but top games of the 8th generation video. So the 8th generation of video games is the PS4, Xbox One era, and I want to do a video where I talk about the top games from that generation, which I've actually already created a rough draft of the list for that video. I did that since I last recorded. So that's there, but there are a few games I want to replay before making that video. So I think that's maybe what we'll do here, is just like replay some. Okay, I'm fucking this up so bad, but I'll probably end up replaying certain games that I'll do that want to replay before making that video on the channel, and then also yeah, there's some games I'm gonna have to play on my own as well though, but because like there's some games I just haven't even I haven't played Metal Gear Solid. Okay, fuck off. Okay, but yeah, I haven't played Metal Gear Solid 5, which is a big one that I feel like I should play before I make that video. Debating on Dying Light, playing that, which is another game I haven't played. But I think for the most part though, I've played what I want to play. It's just like again, there's certain games I need to replay. I think something like a Death Stranding is something I would like to replay. Judgment, I'm planning on replaying anyway, so that'll be something. Nier Automata I'll have to play on my own, because I don't have footage of that game. But yeah, I mean, like, either way, like, that's kind of the general plan, but I don't really have specific plans. Oh yeah, Gravity Rush. I want to replay Gravity Rush 2. But yeah, I mean, again, like, those are more okay, I'm fucking this up. I don't really have, like, a specific game we need to be playing next, but, we'll figure it out when we get closer to the end of this. Again, that's probably not going to be for, like, end of next week or so. So I'll have some time to think about it. Everyone's favorite Assassin's Creed villain here, Leandros. Actually, I don't even think he's named in the game, is he? I think it was, like, from the book that we found out his name, right? Or was it from, like, the database or something? Like, I don't think he's ever named through the actual dialogue within the game. Which is kind of funny. Yeah, I mean, what I'm thinking of doing with that video right now is, I think I've decided I'm going to make it top 25. Just because it's like, I think it's tough to narrow, like, to do top 10 just feels so limiting. And, like, considering I do plan on making this a somewhat big project, probably, like, to the scale of something like my 2020, something like my year in gaming videos, and, like, my, like, PS4 exclusive ranking, and, like, I want to make it, like, a bigger ranking. Oh, fuck off, I fucked that up. But we kind of got saved by that. So I'm thinking 25 seems like the appropriate number. For me, it's either 20 or 25. I'm not going to go to 50. I feel like at that point that's ridiculous. It would take way too long also. But I feel like 25 seems like a decent enough number. Considering, like, I believe my, like, my year in gaming videos, I usually end up talking about around that many games. In my PS4 exclusive ranking, I think that was like 28 games or so. So, like, I feel like 25 seems like a good number there. I already have the rough draft of the list, but again, things are going to have to, like, I have to replay things and play things for the first time, and as I said earlier. So things are going to change on the list, but I kind of have a general idea of what's going to make the list right now, at least. Like, I feel like the top of the list is pretty secure. I don't think anything... I really fucked that up. I don't feel like anything that I haven't played yet is anywhere close to making it onto... is going to make it anywhere close to the top of the list. Or at least we made it through that. I think the only thing that could come in close is, again, Metal Gear Solid 5, but even then, I just don't really see it. Like, I feel like the top 7 is super secure. Beyond that, though, it's like, there's probably some room to maneuver. I think something like Nier Automata is a game that could definitely jump up a bit after the replay. Because I haven't played it since I originally played it like 3 years ago now, so. And I remember adoring it at the time, but, yeah. Alright. Which, I mean, I guess I can talk through the list, right? I mean, like, I'm sure, like, no one's, like, really cares that much, 1 and 2. I don't think anyone's gonna, like, say, oh, I'm not gonna watch the video because you spoiled the list on a stream that barely anyone watched to begin with. Yeah, again, like, the top 7 for me are very secure in terms of, like, they're the top 7. Placements can jumble around on the top few, but, again, like, as of right now, at number 1 I have Persona 5, and I think this can change because right now I'm very close to Persona 5, where, like, I just played it a few months, like, not a few months, but, like, within the last 6 months or so. I then I watched the playthrough of it. I've since then also watched, like, a speedrun of it. I've also just finished playing Strikers a couple months ago and wrote the script for that, so it's like I'm very, very close to Persona 5 right now. And because that it is number 1, but again, this could very much change by the time I make the video, which is going to be months from now, so... Oh, wait. We're supposed to load them. I don't think any of them have medicine, though, right? Isn't that not until later? Anyway, and then, number 2 is Witcher 3 right now. Again, like, that's one that could jump back up to number 1. There's a, like, again, like, it's tough for me when people say, oh, like, what's your favorite game of all time? Like, for me, it's so close. Like, I don't really have a favorite game of all time. Like, for me, it's just... It's so tough to decide one. And to be honest, it's very arbitrary at this point. Like, I don't have a definitive number 1. Like, it's not like, what's my favorite Survivor season? Like, I have a definitive favorite Survivor season. Like, what is my favorite Big Brother season? Same thing. I have a very definitive one. But, like, with video games, it's just, like, I don't have a definitive number 1. So, yeah. Yeah, number 3... Again, like, this is all tentative, but number 3 right now is... Oh, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, 3, 4, and 5 are very, very close and interchangeable, but essentially they're 3 PS4 exclusives. We have... as of right now, I have Last of Us Part 2, then God of War, then Horizon, which I believe was the ranking on my PS4 exclusive list, which is also kind of funny because I think this guy has medicine, doesn't he? No? Okay, maybe not. Oh, no, it's the guy okay, yeah, that's way further than this. This is the tailing mission still. I really hate it. Like, this is something I hated in this game. I remember when it came out, is how it kind of takes away the illusion of the Animus. Because the way the Animus works within lore is that what we're seeing is what the player is controlling. So it's like, and like, each of the face buttons represents a part of the body. Triangle is head, X is attack or armed hand, circle is empty hand, X is feet. And again, like, it mirrors, like, it's like a puppeteering system, and it's like, it's supposed to mirror the human body and everything. But here, they changed it to Eagle Vision is now L3, which really changes up the that puppeteering system. And like, the triangles now shoot. Like, I don't know, I always hated how they changed it here, and like, it just gets worse from moving forward. But like, that was kind of like a start of the of going downhill there with the attachment to the lore and everything. But wait, let's counter. All right, perfect. Ah, fuck off. Okay. But yeah, Last of Us 2, God of War, Horizon, all interchangeable. I think God of War is always going to be above Horizon for me, even though, like, to be honest, I think I like Horizon's narrative. Like, I don't know, it's tough. It's like, I like the setup that Horizon does more than God of War's. Like, I'm more interested in seeing where the story goes for Horizon than I am with God of War. Like, God of War, I'm okay if that was the last game we got in the series. While Horizon, I feel like we need a sequel. But I feel like when we mix in the entirety of the game, I feel like God of War is such a flawless game, while Horizon is more of a like, it's good, like, it's really, really good. Obviously, it's number 5 on my top games of the generation, but it doesn't feel as polished as a whole. While right now, Last of Us Part 2, like, Last of Us Part 2 for me is like either above those two or below those two. As of right now, I have it above those two. There was a point before I did my last replay where I decided, okay, let's bump it below those two. But I think after my last replay, my appreciation of it went back up, and now it's my number 1 PS4 exclusive again. But again, that could also just go down again by the time I make the video. So again, those placements are up in the air. Wait, I'm a fucking idiot. Cool. Oh, fuck off, and now we can't climb either. Okay, this is perfect. I'm such a fucking idiot here. I've never fucked this up before. Like, I've literally never fucked it up. God damn it, I didn't... Oh, wait, did I get it? Okay, never mind, I got it. Alright. Oh, no, it does have Leandros there. That's really weird, though. That's the only way that... Yeah, because, again, it's not within the dialogue. I knew that for sure. Yeah, those are the next 3. Number 6 is Red Dead 2, as of right now. And I don't see myself replaying it before I make this video, so more than likely it's going to stay around there. And then number 7 is Uncharted 4. Like, those top 7 for me are pretty definitive right now. Oh, fuck. Like, I don't see, anything getting added to that top 7, and I don't see anything getting taken out from that top 7. I feel like that top 7 is pretty definitive. I just saw that a few new people started watching. So yeah, I'm talking about the top 25 games of the 8th generation video that I plan on doing by the end of this year. Where again, like, I think, okay, we're about to kill him here.
Kill you, eh? Why will you not die?
There we go.
Don't you ever stop.
Yeah, for me the top 7 is definitive. It's just a matter of the placements. I haven't, like, fully secured, like, where each one is, but as right now it's Persona 5, Witcher 3, Last of Us 2, God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Red Dead 2, and one more, Uncharted 4. Like, that's the top 7. Again, you can mess with the placements. After that, again, this is a personal list, obviously. Like, it's obviously I'm not gonna, like, base it off of like the general perception of these games. Like, this is based on my opinions of these games. So at number 8 is Assassin's Creed Origins, which is really weird to have that high, but I just played so much. It's my most played game of the generation. Again, like, I don't play, like, with me, it's like I don't play games for that long. Obviously, I play a wider range of games, and, like, while there are games that I replay, like, there's very few games that I put in, like, 100 hours into. I think it's literally like 7 or 8 games from this generation I put 100 hours into. Assassin's Creed Origins, I've put over 300 hours into. So, what's really sad is that my number 2 most played game of the generation is Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which is really depressing. But, yeah, Origins, again, it's just a game that's so personal to me, and I feel like it would be weird to not have it that high. Oh, that's another thing with this list. I decided 1 game per series. because I didn't want to have like Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy both on the list. I didn't want to have like Spider-Man and Miles Morales both on the list. I didn't want to have a billion, well, not billion, but a few Final Fantasy games. I didn't want to have a whole bunch of Yakuza games. So I decided let's just do one per series. Yeah, number 9 is whichever Final Fantasy whichever game from Final Fantasy I decide to put on the list. I haven't decided yet which one, whether it be 7 Remake or 15. I love them both for completely different reasons. I just finished playing 15, and it's like, to be honest, my opinion of it went down quite a bit. To be honest, it would have been definitively 15 before I replayed it, but now that I've replayed it, it's like, not as great. So I don't know.
It's just following orders. Like a fail-safe program. Trying to keep your poor head intact.
I really love like everything Subject 16 does in this game.
What are you doing here exactly?
Playing. Learning.
And waiting. A lot of waiting.
Of waiting. I keep the Animus distracted as best I can. For you, so you can explore. Otherwise it might hunt you down like a little virus and, delete you.
Well, my guardian angel.
There's no such thing.
I know. Oh, damn it. I messed up the line. Oh, well. But anyway, yeah, after that, we got Spider-Man, which feels weird to have in my top 10, considering I remember when it came out, like, I was pretty underwhelmed by it. But it is a fun game, and I've played it a lot at this point, so it's like, I feel like 10 is probably a good placement for it.
Are you at the airport?
But again, like, all this is subject to change. I'm not making this video for months from now, so it's like, yeah.
They buried her already.
And then we got Life is Strange and Detroit Become Human. Again, these two like more story-based games that I played a lot, so I feel like those two are around there. Then we got like a whole bunch of like Japanese-y games that I've only played once, I believe, of all these. Yeah, and a lot of these I probably need to replay before I make the video, but I got Nier Automata, Kingdom Hearts 3, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, and whatever Yakuza game I decide to put on the list. Right now it's a debate between Like a Dragon and Judgment, and then 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim. So like those games are kind of there. Again, like where will they end up landing on the final list? I don't know, but they're kind of just hovering around there right now. Then we got Ghost of Tsushima. Then we got Hitman probably 2. I think is the one that's going to make the list. Then Tales from Borderlands probably squeezes onto the list. Like that's barely one. We got Firewatch, which feels like it should be on the list and feels like it should be higher, but like I don't feel like I can justify putting it higher than a lot of those other games I just talked about. Maybe like it can be above Tales from Borderlands, but I think once we get to like Hitman, it's like Ghost of Tsushima. I mean, it could be above Ghost of Tsushima, but I don't know. For now, it's right there. Then we got Plague Tale, which is really great. Hellblade is like a weird one for me, where I'm thinking I'm gonna knock Hellblade off just because it's a game that, even though I respect it, it's a game that I have no real attachment to, and also I just don't really enjoy playing it. So I think I might cut that off, but for now it's there. And then we got Gravity Rush 2, which barely makes the 25. Again, a lot of stuff to move around there, and even then there's some games that like didn't make the list that probably could squeeze on there. Again, like games that are right outside the list that could jump on. Again, you got Devil May Cry 5, Inside, Watch Dogs 1, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Fallout 4, Outer Worlds, Batman Arkham Knight, Shadow of Mordor, Jedi Fallen Order, like a whole bunch of games like that that could potentially get on there. Then I have a list of games I haven't played yet. Because I probably won't even get around to playing a lot of these, because to be honest, I feel like the list is pretty solid as is. But yeah, I think Metal Gear Solid 5 and Dying Light are the two that I'm most likely to play, and The Witness. But outside of that, it's like Titanfall 2 is like, I don't know, maybe I'll play it. Monster Hunter World, I just don't think I'll get the time to. Plus, also, I don't even think I'll make the list anyway. Celeste is a maybe. And then Control is a game that like I've tried to play in the past, but it's like playing it again just seems like or trying to play it again doesn't really seem like a thing I'm too apt to do, but we'll see.
A magnificent sight.
It is a work in progress.
No city in Europa has a skyline quite like this.
Well, to be precise, that is Europa. That is Asia.
Ah, some borders even the Ottomans cannot move.
I will say that's like probably the one underwhelming thing about this game story is that obviously like all the characters from the previous games don't show up because Ezio goes to Constantinople, which is also not in Italy, so I do feel like that part of it is kind of underwhelming, but I think through that it kind of makes the story so much more focused on the character of Ezio, which is probably a better thing in the grand scheme of things.
That we can agree on.
It is weird though how you can very clearly tell how different the writing is in this game from AC2 and Brotherhood. Again, don't really have a set goal of how far I want to get in this stream. I think we'll just play as far as, like, as long as I feel like it. I'm thinking we'll probably go for around 3-ish hours. We'll see.
Salve.
Incredible. I am surprised you got anything done.
As was my mother.
It was a pleasure speaking with you, Bay Effendi. I hope you find something to hold your interest in.
I have faith I will.
Yeah, very convenient, right? That,
Grazie, dear boy.
I always found this weird, too. Like, why the fuck does Ezio just, like, watch him? Like, when he, like, just clearly had interest in Sophia. It's like, instead of him helping her out, he just watches Suleiman help her out. I got Yusuf.
Unless the legend is a lie, you are the man I long to meet. Renowned master and mentor. Ezio Auditore, the...
La la la.
Prego.
Forgive me. I have a hard time remembering that
Italian gibberish.
Da Firenze.
The music here is just always weird me the fuck out.
Yes.
Or like it goes up right there.
So, by your custom, I would be Yusuf Kazim da Istanbul. I like that.
Istanbul. Yet another name for this city.
Evet. It's a local favorite.
Which obviously, if you don't know, that's the current city. It's like, and they're playing around with expectations here. Alright, let's go here. I'm trying to think, like, so how much of this is in a row? I guess we'll probably just do all of sequence 2 here, right? I think we'll probably just finish sequence 2, get to sequence 3, and then that's probably where we'll start playing around with the side stuff. But then again, I don't even think it's all unlocked yet, is it? So I guess we'll probably have to wait until sequence 4. Oh, you walk and talk. I forgot walk and talk was a thing. It really sucks they got rid of this. Like, I get that games don't like having walk and talk sort of things in there. Like, walk and talk obviously is the game, like, I'm not controlling anything right now. Like, the game automatically makes you follow the character. Like, and I get why games don't want that, because they want you to be immersed within the game, they want you to be playing within the game. But I do actually like this. Even though it is dumb when, like, people get in front of you and they both, like, stop at the same time.
Not realizing it has been sealed for 3 centuries.
No, I assumed as much.
Alright, whatever.
I never expected to find Templars guarding it.
But yeah, I mean, I guess we can start talking about some reality TV-based stuff. I believe since the last time I streamed, Big Brother got announced, like, the release date, or the premiere date, which is July 7th. Which was the rumor last time I streamed, and I did talk about the rumor, but looks like the rumor's true. Again, July 7th, live move-in, new cast, kind of what we expected. I will say that, like, July 7th is a bit later than I was expecting in terms of scheduling, so not sure how that's going to affect my schedule, but we'll figure it out obviously when it comes. To be honest, I have enough videos done that shouldn't really harm the schedule too much. But again, we'll see when the cast assessment needs to come out.
You must stay busy.
Ezio, I barely have time to polish my blade.
Wow, that looked weird, but whatever. Alright.
Leave some for me, eh?
Alright.
Ezio, there! Another wave!
I always found this dumb too. I mean, like, it's cool to a degree, but I just don't feel like it's executed properly. Just like the multiple factions and having them fight against each other thing. Like, it just always comes off as kind of dumb. Like, why wouldn't they just still come after you though? But whatever.
That gives us some breathing room.
How much?
Just a little. They'll still kill you if you look at them wrong. But
yeah, to be honest, when I get to my retrospective, most of it will be talking about the story. Like, obviously I will talk about gameplay as well, but it's like, to be honest, the gameplay is the worst part. Or like, the changes in gameplay are the worst part. Like, obviously, like, most of the gameplay is like the same from 2 and Brotherhood, so I don't need to retread that, but I will talk about the changes, like, obviously things like, the, hook blade, you got the,
we're almost there.
I mean, the thing in that'll be going on narrative when the structuring of the missions and everything. Yeah, I mean, there are like the Master Assassin missions that we'll talk about, but again, that's more so side content. Yeah, I mean, actually, now I think about it, like, what in the base gameplay is changed here? Again, you got walk and talk, which is like that's kind of a nothing thing. Again, outside the hook blade, I feel like most of the base gameplay is pretty much the same. Oh, wait, smoke bombs. You got smoke bombs, which is, again, isn't a great inclusion. Like, it's a really very much seems like a thing that they were like, hey, we gotta have a change here. We gotta add something to this game. So let's add smoke or different types of bombs. But
you see, brothers, our mentor is not
again, what the fuck is with the music here?
Do not worry. I will not make a habit out of it.
This is such strange music to be playing right now. I don't think this music's supposed to be playing. I could be wrong though. Wait. Also, since I last streamed, my new Survivor video came out. My predicting Jeff Probst's season ranking, which I'm pretty happy with how it performed. Like, I mean, like I did have a slowish start, but at the point that we're at now, we got a pretty good Sunday for the first time in a while. Sundays used to be like my best day view-wise for channel, but it feels like in recent times, like Sundays have been pretty underwhelming view-wise. But we got a good Sunday today, and along with that, also the Jeff Probst season ranking, did pretty well on that second day here. So overall, pretty happy with how the video performed. Obviously, it didn't do as well as the winner ranking version, but it's fine. It is my second best video out of my last 10, but again, that's not really saying much. I mean, really, again, it's been a weird streak of videos for a channel where, again, like, because of BB Can, because of Challenge Double Agents, because of Survivor South Africa, The Circle, and all that, it's like the recent videos have been very much focused on that. Like, I've only had like three major Survivor videos out of my last 10 videos, which is just a weird place to be in. And despite that, I mean, like, May's been a pretty solid month so far, despite that. Makes me think, like, what could May have been if I didn't have all that shit to cover that didn't do as well. But, what are you gonna do?
I am content with my own vices, grazie.
But yeah, pretty good streak of subscribers over the last couple days. Again, it's been a slow period for a channel in terms of subscriber growth, but nice to have 2 days in a row now with a pretty good amount of new subscribers. That's cool as well.
Who leads them now, however? I cannot say.
Capisco. I suppose it is up to me to find out.
Ezio, where is your hook blade?
My hook blade.
This is so fucking
ever seen
dumb.
one?
But it's like,
I grew up using these.
the hook blade has two parts. You have the
Show me how
hook
it works.
and the blade. It's later. Here we go, hook blade. Which I like the hook blade. I mean, I get that it really stifles the parkour in the game. Obviously because it makes it so that you don't really have to plot out as much, because like you always have the safety net of using the hook blade. And also just like makes everything quicker.
As an extension
But
of
I do like the hook blade as a whole. I am like surprised they never brought back. I know it was supposed to be brought back for Black Flag, but they just thought it was okay, cool. I fucked that up anyway. They thought that it would have been too gimmicky, which again, Assassin's Creed. Again, it's so fucking weird that they used to do things like that. Again, Black Flag, they didn't want to have a hook blade in a pirate game because they thought it would be too gimmicky. In Assassin's Creed 1, they didn't put a crossbow in AC1 because like it wasn't created until like a few decades later or something to that nature. Oh, fuck off. But now we're in fucking Assassin's Creed Valhalla, like playing in Asgard and Jotunheim and having Odin on as a being like a reincarnation of Odin and having this feud with Loki and all this bullshit. It's so fucking weird where we've gone with Assassin's Creed. Yeah, it's so weird, these Animus fragments here. Like, they're still in the game, but, like, they do nothing anymore. Like, it's so bizarre. Because, like, originally in the original release, they were there to be collectibles that when you got a certain amount, you could unlock the Animus, or you can unlock the Desmond's Journey stuff on Animus Island. Yet now, for the remaster here, they unlocked all of those from the beginning. So, these things literally do nothing. Alright.
Watch and learn, Ezio. We call this a hook and run.
Which I've never used outside of this one mission. Like, I've literally never used a hook and run now. I probably have, like, if we're talking about literally, I probably have, like, once or twice. But, like, very rarely. Like, it's so weird they, like, take the time to teach this to you. By the way, that optional objective is so fucking dumb. To perform every hook blade move successfully at least once. It's like, how do you not do that? This is also funny, too, is that you see his character move into position for the next mission. But yeah. I hate the circle as the interact button in this game, too. That's kind of annoying.
The hook
And the blade. It's so dumb.
or the other. An elegant design.
Like, obviously, that's been, that's kind of a cult classic line now, where, Darby just mentions it all the time. Like, it's a ridiculous line. Like, but it's funny that it actually made the cut.
Having fun?
Okay.
That's right. Let the hook blade
Yeah, it's
do
funny
the
too
work.
here, like Galata Tower. Like, they made the, like, this is the tallest building in the game. Yet the real life Galata Tower is so much fucking smaller than this. But they had to make it bigger within the game just to have, like, a high viewpoint to get. Because, like, that, again, this is so fucking weird. This is the thing that Assassin's Creed used to do. They used to not give a shit about the actual, about the, location and more so focus around the story. Because, again, like, this game was made, like, to be this, like, personal story for Ezio and show his, like, connection to Altair and, like, wrap up those two storylines. Like, that was the main attraction of this game. And, like, they kind of just threw in Constantinople because, like, that was the closest major city to it. If this was modern day Assassin's Creed, they would be like, oh, we can't do that. There's no attraction there. There's no, again, like, now it's so focused around this, like, historical fantasy, that they just don't care about the story. Like we saw that with Syndicate, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which is a game that was purely made pretty much because they wanted to have a Victorian London game, when like it makes no sense for the Assassin's Creed series to have a game in Victorian London.
I'm impressed, Yusuf.
Like, I mean, and you can clearly see that in the game's design. Like, at the point that you need the rope launcher to get from building to building, like, you know that there's something fundamentally flawed there.
Every day, the same bad news. How is your appetite for swordplay?
I do what I must.
Good man.
Alright. And, like, obviously, recent games have been focused around, like, we had the Viking fantasy in Valhalla, we had the Spartan fantasy in Odyssey. Origins doesn't really have that much, because, like, who's like, oh, I want to be a Magi, that's the thing I want to be. But it's, like, still, it's, like, this, like, ancient Egypt sort of thing, like, setting that is the main appeal there. But it's like recent history of Assassin's Creed, and I'm pretty sure this is the way it's going to be moving forward, is based around the historical fantasy element of it. And I think that's the misconception with Assassin's Creed at this point, is that people assume that that is the identity of Assassin's Creed, that is what Assassin's Creed is supposed to be, when in reality that's not what it was meant to be to start off on. Like the initial Assassin's Creed and the initial few games were not based around the settings that they took place in. That was kind of the backdrop. It was more so set around the conflict between the Assassins and Templars, the philosophies within each of the groups, and like now it's become so focused around the things that aren't Assassins and Templars, which is bizarre from a series about Assassins and Templars.
Assassin! Help!
But Assassin's Creed, just in general, is just such a frustrating franchise to be like, to even like I advise you, if you are watching this and not like a massive fan of Assassin's Creed, don't become one. It's not worth your time. You'll save yourself some stress in life and some frustration, because like no matter what, even if you're a modern fan, if you're an old school fan, if you're a fan of the modern games and hate the old ones, or if you're a fan of, or at least like can tolerate the, or like don't like the old ones as much as the new ones, or if you like the old ones and don't like the new ones as much, like it's not worth it. Like it really isn't worth it to get involved in the online community. Like there's so much like idiotic like arguments over both of them. It's like, it's really just not worth your time. Just don't do it. Like obviously I'm on the side of I do enjoy these older school games so much more than the newer games, but I'm an idiot, I just passed it. But it is really fucking weird how like I said, oh yeah, we're about to do the fucking tower defense, aren't we? Okay. How like Assassin's Creed is a series that's like, despite like, because it's changed so much over time and has changed its identity so many times now, like you have people that are fans of multiple, actually to be honest, it's in many ways the way my channel is to a degree, where it's like my channel, like I do so much stuff that it's like there's so many there's people that are fans of like different things. Like, again, I have people that are Survivor fans that watch my content. I have people that are Assassin's Creed fans that watch my content. I have people that are just Big Brother fans that watch my content. Again, like, people that are... Like, I got a lot of subscribers from the Sasuke videos. I got subscribers from the Gokaiger video. I think I got, like, 11 subscribers from that video. It's like... I do so much content that's, like... are so many different types of content that I have... By the way, tower defense sucks here. I really hate it, but it's like you're not really forced to do it that much. It is still a complaint I have, and it's like it's something that they very clearly threw in here because they were like, hey, we gotta add something new to this game to make it different, but it's like, it really is just kind of shit though, isn't it? Especially like it's like, who's playing Assassin's Creed thing? You know what, we gotta have tower defense. That's the thing we gotta have in here. Again, they're mostly easy though. And like we'll probably only bother to do it this once. Actually, I don't know. Maybe we'll do more. We'll see. I'd rather avoid it though, for the most part. Yeah, because like I already have footage of it. I don't need the, like, again, like I'm not playing this for the footage, so. Okay. Oh yeah, fuck, I'm not paying attention. Yeah, it's so weird, like, the Assassin's Creed, but, like, what I was getting to, is that it's really fucking weird how Assassin's Creed is, like, this franchise where it's, like, people are just, like, okay with it losing its identity. Like, where, like, if this was any other franchise, people would be for how different, like, the modern Assassin's Creed games are to the older ones. Like, again, like, if Call of Duty had, like, stopped becoming a first-person shooter and became, like, a third-person, I don't know, linear-based, like, shoot, I don't know, like, just, like a radically different game, like, people would be, like, really, really upset. Like, people of the franchise would be really upset. Yeah, it seems like Assassin's Creed, for some reason, it's, like, most people are just, like, willing to let it go. Like, it's so bizarre. Where, again, like, it starts off as this, like, not linear, but more linear, like, where, like, the open worlds are more so, like, a backdrop, not necessarily the main attraction, but these, like, story-based experiences, these, like, stealth, well, third-person action games with stealth, with social stealth, and parkour and all that sort of stuff. Yet now, it's a open world, massive action RPG, based around mythology and everything. Like, it's just a radically fucking different game. And it's like the, like, general gaming community adores it, which is so bizarre to me. Especially because they're not even that good at games. Like, it is really, like, it's so weird how much praise Valhalla got. Wait, what button is the... Oh, wait, it's L1. I'm an idiot. There we go. But it is so weird to me how much praise Odyssey got and Valhalla. I mean, Valhalla is, like, more tolerable, I guess, but even then it's not that great. Like, especially, like... I mean, like, to be honest, actually, from a casual perspective, I would hate Valhalla even more. Like, the only reason I have any respect for Valhalla is because of what it does for... what it does in wrapping up storylines from previous games. Which, again, in many ways, like, that stuff doesn't matter anymore, but it's like... It's still, really cool to see there. Why won't you shoot? Oh, okay, I think I was out of bounds, I think that's why. But, yeah, it's just really, like, looking at the game of Valhalla, like, I hate the game of Valhalla. Like, I do not like the game of Valhalla. Like, I dread thinking about playing the game of Valhalla. That's why I haven't played Wrath of Druids, because I can't imagine fucking getting back into it. Like, I just would not enjoy playing Valhalla for the fun of it. Like, even when I, like, again, my first 2 streams here, were me doing side content and Valhalla, and, like, I wanted to fucking kill myself by the end of it. Like, it's like, oh my god, dude. It's like, I can't stand playing this game anymore. Like, I actually thought I was gonna, like, 100% the game and everything. It's like, I can't do it. Like, I just can't do it. It's like, I don't care enough. Like, it's simply just not that good of a game. Can I repair this gun? Yeah, and, yeah, just, I can't imagine playing Valhalla for fun. And, Odyssey, same thing. Like, Odyssey's even worse. Like, I legitimately can't say a positive thing about Odyssey. Like, I don't know a single thing that Odyssey does that I legitimately like. Or that I think it does better than any other Assassin's Creed game. Like, I literally can't tell you a single thing it does better than any other Assassin's Creed game. Like, I'm just trying to even think. Outside, I guess, the Cult of Cosmos system. And technically it is, like, I do think it is done better for the most part than the Ancient system in, Valhalla. But it's like, again, we're talking about Valhalla, which is another game that isn't that good. So, yeah. Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, that is, like, that's the thing with Assassin's Creed, is that I feel like so many people that are quote-unquote fans of Assassin's Creed aren't fans of what Assassin's Creed is actually, like, is what Assassin's Creed actually is, like what it was originally meant to be. It's like it's built off of this misconception that Assassin's Creed is this historical fantasy that is about all these different settings and what places you're going to, when in reality the initial games were not about that. Again, like when we look here with the first 4 games in the series, like you only have 2 real settings within that. I mean, like the Ezio trilogy here, like at AC2, Brotherhood and Revelations, all takes place during the Renaissance period. Like there's no real like in the difference between 2 and Brotherhood is very minimal. Like there is no actual, okay, cool, I fucked that up. But there is no actual like radical change in those those 2 are literally the exact same time period, and you have Revelations, which again is not a radical departure. But I think, to be honest, I think it probably starts with AC3, where we had the American Revolution, and I think like since then it's kind of been like, oh, what big setting can we go to next? Yeah, like when we go to Japan, it's like, and to be honest, I don't think they're going to Japan. At least not next. I think Ghost of Tsushima's kind of scared them off, if I were to guess. Because Ghost of Tsushima's essentially an Assassin's Creed game. In terms of gameplay. Obviously not narrative, but... okay, can you attack me? And to be honest, like, in terms of gameplay, like, it does what Assassin's Creed... okay, are they really not going to attack me? In terms of gameplay, it does more Assassin's Creed-y things than the recent Assassin's Creeds, which is just hilarious. But yeah, I would guess China is next, right? Like obviously there's these rumors that the next game's gonna focus on like Richard the Lionheart, and like supposedly that was like canceled, but like supposedly like the rumors are that it's gonna be another like European sort of setting, like medieval time sort of thing. Which I don't really know how I feel about that, but I would think they'd go to China before they go to Japan, though. I don't think, like, if I were to guess, I would say they're not super interested in Japan right now. Again, but that's another thing. Like, the entire thing of, like, oh, when will they go to Japan? That was built off the fact that they, at the time, recognized that, oh, Japan's not a good setting for Assassin's Creed. Like, because, like, they recognized what Assassin's Creed was at the time. Like, I'm talking about Ubisoft, the company. But now, like, I think Japan's a realistic possibility because it's Ubisoft. And like the only reason that it's not super realistic right now is because of Ghost of Tsushima coming out so recently, not because it's actually like a setting that isn't that intriguing to the overall premise of Assassin's Creed as a series.
It's time you Italians joined the 16th century. These do not obscure, they distract.
Okay.
They can't resist.
Sure. But yeah,
You are full of surprises today.
yeah, I think that's enough Assassin's Creed talk. I can rant for forever about Assassin's Creed. It's like, I just adored the franchise for so long. It's like, I just can't support it anymore.
Who is the mentor here, Ezio?
It's like, there was literally a point where, like, obviously I adored these earlier games. AC3 I still loved at the time. Black Flag I still loved, and then that was essentially my peak of my love for Assassin's Creed, was like the lead up to Unity, where going into Unity, there was like points where I think this was my first year in college. I think it might have been, I don't know, it was around there either way. I remember like when I was my freshman year of college, there were literally points where like I think I had like an hour or so in between classes, and I would literally sit in the library and be the nerd that I am. I would read the Assassin's Creed wiki on my phone while waiting to go to the next class. That's how much of an Assassin's Creed fan I used to be, where like I essentially knew everything there was to know about Assassin's Creed. And it's like now I just don't care anymore. Like I really don't. I mean, I kind of have. Like, I mean, like, I have made older video. Like, when I started the channel, I made so many Assassin's Creed videos. Like, Assassin's Creed was supposed to be, like, the bigger topic of the channel. Like, when I made the channel, I was expecting the Assassin's Creed stuff to do better than the Survivor and Big Brother stuff. I never... I mean, I shouldn't say I never, but, like, I did not anticipate, the audience to become so Survivor and Big Brother heavy that is now. And Assassin's Creed was actually my main topic. That's why if you look at my banner, the center image is Assassin's Creed. Because that was, like, that's what it was meant to be. But, yeah, I mean, that obviously didn't really pan out. Like, I'm trying to, like, okay, I'm gonna look at my earlier videos. I'm pretty sure.
I will send them home.
Alright, let's just go to my Assassin's Creed playlist. Yeah, I have 17 Assassin's Creed videos. Oh wait, let's just pause this. I have 17 Assassin's Creed videos. All but 4 of them were made within the first year of my channel. I have the history of Assassin's Creed novelizations, Odyssey Legacy of First Blade review, Origins vs. Odyssey, AC3 Remastered First Impressions, the future of Assassin's Creed, another future of Assassin's Creed. You got series ranking, development cycle, which that video I actually love. I'm actually really disappointed that video never got views. I mean, I guess, like, really, maybe I haven't done a real rant, I guess. Like, in a way, like, Origins vs. Odyssey kind of comes off as a rant on Odyssey at points. Yeah, I guess I haven't really done a rant on the series as a whole. Like, I talked about, like, disappointments in my future of Assassin's Creed videos, but, yeah, I mean, I guess I never actually did a real rant on the series. To be honest, it's like, at this point, I don't see it being super likely, just because it's like, I mean, like, I don't know how much I care anymore. Like, obviously I care. I wouldn't be ranting about it now if I didn't care, but it's like I don't know how much I care enough to be making an actual video, about it right now. I mean, actually, now that I think about it, though, like, that might be what the DLC reviews that I'm going to do. Because, like, I'm definitely doing a video on the DLCs of Valhalla at some point. Like, whenever Siege of Paris comes out, which, again, is supposedly around September. Fuck me. Obviously did not mean to do that.
They leave a captain in charge. Search the area carefully.
But, yeah, I mean, maybe they'll just turn that video into a rant at a point. We'll see. Like, to be honest, a lot of, like, before Valhalla, I think Valhalla is really what's made me be in this, like, more of a ranty mood as I am. What the fuck is going on right now? Oh, yeah, it's forced. Okay, wait. It's forcing me to do this, but I'm detected, so it's like he's also shooting at me. I think I glitched it. Like, I'm not at an angle where I can do it. Because, like, he keeps on shooting me, which, like, put me out of place. So I think I glitched it. Yeah, like, I literally can't do anything. Because it's not, because what I'm supposed to do is scan those guys down there, but I can't do it. Because I'm at a bad angle now, but the game's not allowing me to move. Because we're supposed to be scanning those guys. And now he won't shoot me, so the game's literally just broken right now. This is perfect. It won't even let me open the weapon wheel or anything. So I'm literally just stuck here. What a perfect game. What a masterpiece. Oh, fuck, I have to redo the entire memory? Whatever. I mean, whatever. I mean, we're gonna have to do it anyway. But also, like, when it comes to the Assassin's Creed rant video, it's like, in many ways, I just feel like there's other people that would do it better. Actually, no, I did rant about it a bit in my, oh, fuck, I forgot it's this far back. But I did rant about it a bit in my, my world premiere video about Valhalla. But to be honest, I was a bit more hopeful at that time, though. Like, now I have no hope. Like, I just don't care anymore. Like, I have no faith in Ubisoft to make a game that I'm personally into. Like, Valhalla was essentially the last chance. Like, I think Valhalla
about 25 years.
with Darby being the main writer, the lead narrative director, whatever you want to call it. And like even he wasn't able to get it done in the way that I wanted it to be done, largely due to Ubisoft wanting to make again this epic Viking fantasy game. Why is he stuck here? But yeah, I mean, like,
They are quite bold.
it's like I have no faith that they're going to make a game that is for me anymore. They're not going to make a game like AC2, Brotherhood Revelations, even a game like Black Flag anymore. Like, they're just not going to. And oh fuck, we do the entire bomb thing again, don't we?
Ah, but your eyes are open. See.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, so this puts pretty far back.
Too many to engage directly.
I am not confident a smoke bomb will help us here.
Smoke bomb? Ezio, it's time you...
But I think in general, though, like with Assassin's Creed rants and stuff, I just feel like there's other people that can do it better. Again, like many of the opinions I have on it right now are like very similar to that the Four Pillars community has on Assassin's Creed. So lasers,
They can't resist.
was it Fishy, Long-Eared Fox, and Dynamite. Like they have a whole bunch of podcasts and stuff where they talk about Assassin's Creed, and like they've done individual videos and live streams and all that sort of stuff. It's like, I mean, they can articulate it better than I can. I mean, I feel like in terms of a rant, I've been thinking I don't even know if they were going to bother making one, but it's like, I feel like they're more in the space of like to make an actual Assassin's Creed rant video than I am. Okay, fine. But I wouldn't be opposed to it if I had time on the schedule, but I don't really. Unless I wanted to do a whole bunch of like moving around of things, and it's like I don't care enough. I don't even have time to do the series ranking I want to do, so definitely not gonna have time to do a rant on the current state of Assassin's Creed. To be honest, maybe again, like once we get the announcement of the next Assassin's Creed game, which won't be for a while. I mean, from what I understand, the next game's not coming until at least 2023. So, I mean, it probably won't be for a while, but maybe once we get the announcement of that, I'm sure I'll do like a video like I did with Valhalla, like a reaction to the world premiere or whatever. I'm sure I'll do a video like that then, and
There they go.
it'll be just like that video, like a very impromptu video, just without script, just me sitting in front of the mic and talking about my opinions and things. I can make that into a rant video, but again, like, as of right now, like, I'm not gonna waste time on the schedule to make a rant video on Assassin's Creed. To be honest, I would like to do a lot more Assassin's Creed videos, though, than I currently plan on doing. There's just other projects that I just feel like are more, not important, but like more like I just feel like I should be doing more. And obviously I've said this already. Like the channel at this point is like pretty much like 80% reality TV, with like a good like 50% of that being Survivor, Big Brother, if not more than that. And then you got again, you got like other things like. I mean, Amazing Race not as much anymore, but like Circle, Big Brother Canada, Challenge, all these other things that, again, like, by the time all that stuff is mixed in, like, about 80% of the channel's content is reality TV, to some degree. Then the other 20% is video game stuff, but there's just so many, like, video game videos I want to make that, finding time to do a video on Assassin's Creed is a bit tough. And like as I mentioned earlier, like right now, like a series I have down the road is I'm gonna do a series of videos about the Yakuza series, which oh fuck, I literally did the same thing. I literally did the fucking same thing. Cool. Whatever. Here, this is what was supposed to happen. There we go. It's like, I'm pretty sure what happened there was that guy shot us and like put us out of place, and that kind of fucked everything up. Alright, so let's try to get this. No, did that count? I mean, we're not going for full sync anyway, so who really cares? But Perfect. There we go. Wait, what? How'd I fail? How'd I fail the full sync? That's some bullshit. I didn't even get detected. Whatever. Who cares? Yeah, Yakuza, Like a Dragon. Again, I'm editing a video on that right now. Well, I'm gonna edit a video on that tomorrow. That's why I won't stream tomorrow. That's why I'm streaming tonight. Is because I plan on editing a video on it. The problem is that it won't come out for a very long time. Because, again, like, I mean, really, this is a video that I'm purely making right now just because, like, I'm doing the 2020 year in gaming video, which Yakuza Like a Dragon's included in that, and, like, obviously I played the game recently and, like, wrote the script and everything, and it's like, well, I might as well just put it together now, and then it'll come out when it comes out. I don't know when it's coming out. It's not for a while. I know for sure it's not coming out until at least, like, at the minimum, the 1 year anniversary, and that's November. So it's like, it's not coming out for a while, but it's like, I just feel like it's, like, I might as well do it now. Like, I might as well make it now, considering all the pieces are there. And also, obviously, it's like continuing on that Yakuza series of videos. Where I did a video on 0, 1, and 2, which in retrospect, I wish I did differently, because that was made a while back, actually, now. But I kind of rushed through that video. I kind of wish I went into more detail on it. And people will not be happy with my opinions on Yakuza 0, because, I don't know, Yakuza 0 just didn't click with me. And I do want to replay it, and I probably will end up replaying it at some point, and do, like, another video reanalyzing Yakuza 0. But, yeah, I don't know, Yakuza 0 didn't do it for me, but I did, like, Kiwami 1 and 2, so that first video's on that. Then it's 3 and 4, then a video on 5 and 6, and then, obviously, Like a Dragon. Also got a series ranking. That, again, I just don't know when that's coming out.
Want to be here anymore.
But again, those should start coming out, I think, in July.
That's not going to happen. Sorry.
June is pretty jam-packed, but I think starting in July, those should start rolling out. It really feels like we're making a lot of progress. Again, like, Revelations is a pretty short game. It feels like we've made a decent amount of progress despite only playing this for not even an hour and a half at this point.
Were they close? Desmond and Lucy? I mean, closer than friends?
Well, there was the occasional misty-eyed moment, but...
yeah, I mean, I really love the Yakuza series. It's really weird because, like, I actually, again, never played it until, starting this work on the 2020 year in gaming video. So essentially, like, with the 2020 year in gaming video, I knew Yakuza Like a Dragon was one of the games I wanted to play. But I wasn't comfortable playing Yakuza Like a Dragon before playing the other Yakuza games, even though I knew it was a reboot and a fresh start and that sort of thing. But I played, again, the entire Kiryu saga, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all beforehand. And again, like, these videos are detailing my opinions while playing through those games for the first time. And then we get to 7. And then again, the plan is to also do a video on Judgment, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I need to replay Judgment for that. It kind of sucks because ideally, now that we know that the sequel to Judgment is coming out later this year, ideally I would have liked to get it out before that, but that's just not happening. Like, there's no way it's happening based on the schedule and everything. So it's like, at that point, it's like, I guess we'll just wait a bit. But again, I want to replay Judgment for the Top Games of the Generation video, so I'll replay it I'll do it relatively soon, like, not too far away, and I think we'll play it on the channel. We'll replay Judgment just because it's like, I might as well. But yeah, Judgment should be fun there, and again, that'll probably be a more detailed retrospective, I think. I don't know, because, like, that's also gonna, like, I'm also, like, essentially what the video is gonna be is Judgment plus the spin-offs. So it'll be Judgment plus the English, like, the English language spin-off. So Dead Souls and Fist of the North Star, which is also a game I haven't played. So that's another game I need to play at some point. But yeah, that video, again, that's not coming out for a very long time. Again, like, when I say, like, again, like, I haven't even started work on it, that essentially means, like, probably next year, at this point. Yeah, I mean, I love Judgment. Like, Judgment was the first game in the series that I played. To a degree, I mean, like, I played Yakuza 1 back in the day, if you will. I think technically like 2010 or so, but played Yakuza 1 a while back. Didn't play too much of it, though, just like an hour maybe. And then tried to play Kiwami, like, when I bought it, I think like 2-3 years ago, and then again played like 30 minutes of that and just never went back to it. And then it wasn't until like I sat down and said, okay, let's just play everything, that I started playing the entire series. But yeah, I played Judgment for my 2019 year in gaming video last year, so like that's kind of that was my first foray into the series, or first real one. I love Judgment, even though again, like there's definitely annoying, like the tailing sections, I didn't like the investigation stuff for the most part. I didn't like what else? There was something else that was like really annoying that they added in that game, but it's like, yeah, I don't know, Judgment as a whole, it's good, it's really good, but I feel like it's a game that, my opinion of it, will probably go down on the replay. We'll see. Should we do the tomb? I think we might as well do the tomb. Because again, I plan on doing it, so at some point, so it's like we might as well do it here. Again, like no set goal for this stream. I don't really, like, unlike my Tomb Brotherhood streams where I had like a good idea of like where I wanted to be by the end of it. Like here, no real idea. Don't really care, really. Again, we're just gonna do stuff until I don't feel I'm getting attacked, but that's like how every Yakuza game is. Like that's what I don't like Yakuza 0 frustrated me a lot of that too, with like how many random encounters you get into, and really just every Yakuza game really does that. I think they kind of, like, to be honest, I think Judgment, I don't remember exactly how Judgment worked, but I feel like Judgment did it better, right? Because like Judgment, Kiwami, like at least within Kiwami 2 and 6, at least I know, because I played those more recently. When you get attacked by the gang, like you can escape, right? Like you can just literally run away. While with like 0 and like all these other like previous games, like you couldn't do that. Wait, is this the right one? Oh no, it isn't. Wait, I'm so confused. What's going on? This is Sophia's place. Why is it letting me go to Sophia's? That's really fucking weird. Wait, I'm so confused at what's even going on right now. Wait, it says the tomb is here. Which, I mean, technically they're... Wait. Is this talking about the tomb that would go to in the main story? Whatever. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. We're not gonna bother right now. Let's just do the main story. Whatever. Again, I'll probably try to get through Sequence 3 before doing any side content, just because that's kind of where all the side content unlocks. So, let's just do Sequence 3. But, I mean, like, yeah, in Yakuza's, in the newer Yakuza games, or at least the games with the newer engine, like, you can escape, like, you can just run, often like just kind of avoid the fight to a degree. I mean, like, it's not perfect, obviously. Like, there's still times where you're forced to fight them, but it's like if you really wanted to, you could at least escape them. In the newer ones, like, well, like the older Yakuza games, you're forced to fight them anyway, and that's like something that really annoyed me about the earlier Yakuza games. But I felt like Judgment, like, I mean, I would assume Judgment is like, it's with the newer engine, it's with the Yakuza 6 and Kiwami 2 engine, so I would assume it does the same. Again, I haven't played it in a couple years now. So, wait, is it not there? Or a couple years? No, it's only been like a year and a few months, I think. Whatever. It's been a little while, so I don't fully remember exactly how it works, but I believe, like, if I would assume based on the engine that's on, that is the way it works, which, again, like, it doesn't annoy me that much in that game. But the thing that really struck me though was so the newer Yakuza games, Yakuza Like a Dragon and Yakuza or in Judgment, have full English voice acting. However, so when I played Judgment the first time, I did play with the English dub, and since then, like when I played the Yakuza, the rest of the Yakuza series, obviously most of those games don't have an English dub, so I decided to go with Japanese. Even when I played Like a Dragon, I played with the Japanese voice acting, and it's really weird because like I eventually listened to the English dub, and it just like a lot of people like praised the English dub, but like I just could not get into it. It just sounded so bizarre to me. And then now with the Judgment, like even though I've only played it with the English dub, when hearing the English dub again in the Lost Judgment trailers and stuff, it like felt so bizarre to me. It's like I can't imagine playing these games with English voice acting anymore. It just feels so bizarre, especially like it's weird too, because again, like that was actually one of the reasons why I held off on playing Yakuza for so long, was because there was no English dub, and because I felt like it was a game that I was gonna have to pay closer attention to when playing. So that's kind of why I held it off for a little bit. But it's like, it's funny that now I can't imagine playing it without, or you can't even imagine playing it with the English dub. Game? Oh, fuck off. Okay, whatever. Fine. Game, what are you doing? What is the game doing? Fuck me, man. But it's like I can't get anything done right in this stream series here. Perfect. Whatever. Which, by the way, it's really dumb that all you have to do is kill the guy. Like, you don't actually need to pickpocket him. But whatever. Yeah, this is the first assassin recruit mission here, which that is something that this game does different from Brotherhood. It was in Brotherhood, all the way you get assassin recruits, it was all the same, like generic open world objective there, where you just walk up to a group of guards that are attacking a random citizen and save the citizen, and that person joins your group. Here they actually created more individual missions here.
After you have cleared your conscience, amigo.
Yeah, I'm excited to replay Judgment though. Again, I'll probably do it on stream, just because it's like, why not? Again, like any game that I have significant footage of, like sufficient, I should say, not significant, sufficient footage of, I feel like I will stream when I play them. I feel like Judgment's one of those that like I've played it enough to where in that one playthrough that I don't need any extra footage for it. Where am I going right now? I guess it's across the river, right? Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, Yakuza is a series that I recently got into. I'm really excited for Lost Judgment, though. Like, it's really weird how, like, again, like, it's a series that, like, had a really rocky start for me. Again, like, I just, for some reason, could not connect to Yakuza 0, despite that being, like, in many people, like, almost everyone says that is the best game in the series. Like, I think very few people have said that, like, from what I've seen, say that Yakuza 0 is not the best in the series, and even if it isn't, it's, like, number 2. Spoiler for my Kyoto Saga ranking, I believe it's number 5 for me. So it's like, again, like for some reason the Yakuza 0 just did not click with me. And again, full disclosure, again, I need to replay it. I do feel like at this point I need to replay it with the context of the rest of the Yakuza series. Because I think a lot of the stuff that I complained about when I was playing Yakuza are like kind of complaints I just have with the series as a whole. But like because I already knew what I was getting into by that point, I didn't really have as many issues with it by the time I got to some of these later games. So I don't know. I do feel like I need to replay it, though. I don't see it becoming like number 1 or 2. I don't think. Either way, like, yeah, I mean, like, I just think just fundamentally it's not my ideal Yakuza game, but it's still, like, I feel like I could definitely gain a lot more respect for it on the replay. What mission is this? Oh, this is the, yeah, teaching you about Master Assassins. Okay. Okay. So this is Sentinel Part 1? Yeah, okay. 5 is your favorite. Okay. It'll be interesting to watch my my 5 and 6 video then. It'll be interesting to see my Kiryu Saga ranking.
And I believe I know why.
Disappeared. Do you mean they have been killed?
Yeah. I guess I'll just say 5 for me, again, like out of the Kiryu Saga, which there's 7 games, 5 is number 6 on my Kiryu Saga ranking. Yeah, like for me, like 5 just felt so fillery. Like just so much of that story means, again, like I am someone that comes into the Yakuza series. I play it for the main story. I know some people play it for the sub stories and the open world and all that stuff. Like for me, I mainly focus around the main story. Oh yeah, I'm an idiot. I'm not even anywhere close. So that's really what I'm basing it around. Like Yakuza 5 for me, it feels like a whole bunch of filler. like when it comes to Kiryu's, like for me, like Yakuza 5 is like kind of the exact opposite of Yakuza 4 for me, where like I end up enjoying Yakuza 4 a lot more. And like I see that, like I know that Yakuza 4 is like kind of like a middle of the road sort of game for a lot of people, where I did really enjoy Yakuza 4. I mean, it's not like, I think it's number 3 on the ranking, but it's not like it's at the top of the top. But yeah, like for me, Yakuza 5 is like through like having all these different characters and everything, it's like Yakuza 4 does it in a way where Kiryu is like the side character, where like the story is really about all these new characters, but Kiryu is there just kind of to keep it within like the Yakuza series. Like really, like Kiryu doesn't need to be in Yakuza 4. And I feel like the story kind of benefits because of that, where like I mean, like it benefits like having these multiple characters, where like the multiple characters are the focus, where in Yakuza 5 for me it's like these multiple characters feel pointless. Like I don't know why is Seijima even a playable character here? Why is like the Akiyama stuff, like why is he even there? Like Akiyama has like nothing to do with that story. You have I don't even remember the Shinada, right? That's his name. Shinada like felt like a pointless character to me. Like he doesn't add that much to the story there. It's like for me, it's like the characters within Yakuza 5. Like Yakuza 5 for me is a story about Kiryu and Haruka, and it's almost solely about their relationship. Like when you look at the main plot of the game, it is about their relationship, but the okay, let's see if we can do this. But because of all these like characters that are also being included into the game, it really muddles the main narrative of the game.
I do not like the look of this.
Yeah, like that's what I say. Like I think it's just like I come from a different perspective from, and like I mean, there's a lot of these series that's like I come into it from a very different perspective than the main hardcore fan base. Which, to be fair, I mean, like that's probably the way a lot of people look at Assassin's Creed. Like, I mean,
Follow that man.
But yeah, I mean, like I did that Devil May Cry series ranking, which to this day I believe is still my lowest like to dislike ratio on a video. Actually, I believe it, technically, I think the highest is my favorite Atlantis video, but that's, like, legitimately a shit video, so at least that's understandable. While my Devil May Cry series one, that's purely because of my ranking. Which, again, like, I get it. Like, people don't agree with my assessment of the series, but it's like, again, like, I come into these series with a very different lens. Like, I like doing these sort of videos where, like, I do a series ranking of a series that I very recently played for the first time. And I do feel like just in general, I typically have a very different view of these sort of series than the hardcore fan base. And again, like for me, it's like I very much feel like with a series like Yakuza, I come into it looking at it very differently from most people.
Until that man is caught or killed.
Yeah, I felt like Devil May
will
Cry
not
was a similar thing as well.
And until you are properly trained,
Yeah.
I will not let you go head-to-head with a killer as deadly as this man. Let us focus on further...
And like just in general, like I've always been like ever since like I got back into gaming, if you will, I've just been so focused on the main campaigns of games, in terms of like main narratives and okay, let's just do this. Okay, fuck off. Wait, what? Okay. I don't know why that menu came up, but whatever. I mean, there's obviously there's games I do side content, and it's not like I don't do side content in games, but it's like, when it comes to, like, Yakuza series, like, the only game... So, okay, the games I did side content in Zero, and I did side content in Like a Dragon. All the other games, I couldn't be bothered. Like, I didn't care enough. One, I think part of that is because, obviously, I was playing through all the games in a row, and I was trying to get through all the stories so I can talk about them in a video, but also, it's like, I genuinely just don't really care enough to do the side content in those games. Again, like Yakuza series, I think that series ranking is going to be controversial when it comes out. Again, when will it come out? Who knows? But when it does eventually come out, I think people are definitely going to be... I could see it becoming like a Devil May Cry series ranking situation where it has more dislikes than likes. But what are you going to do? Just talking about my opinion on things. It is funny though how ranking video, like the reception to ranking videos is essentially like it's like people watch ranking videos with the assumption that the people are gonna rank the videos like them. Like it's like I feel like so many people come into watching videos like that with like hoping to have the video justify their opinions on things. And that's why like people get so upset when like a ranking isn't the exact same as their list. Like where like again, like with my Devil May Cry series ranking, like where I have DMC at number 2, which is again just funny. But and I have Devil May Cry 3 at number 5 out of 6 games. It's like I feel like once people just see the placement, they just get so upset and don't even care at that point. Okay, wait, I'm going the wrong way.
Let me get out of your way.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, I mean, like, Devil May Cry, like, to be honest, Devil May Cry is just not a series for me, if I'm being honest. Like, even though I did really enjoy Devil May Cry 5, and, like, I enjoyed DMC, which, again, very controversial, like, the rest of the games, I didn't really love. Like, Devil May Cry 1 is, like, I think I had that at number 3, right? Like, at least Devil May Cry 1, to me, is, like, this focused,
once they capture a location,
like pretty sure, but it's like it's more so like a focused experience as a whole. Well, like for me, like Devil May Cry 2 was like straight up really boring.
if you want to learn how to craft your own bombs, I can show you. Don't touch that.
3 just like I don't know, 3 just didn't click with me. And then like 4, it's like I liked it more, but it's like it's still like it just felt like a bit of a mess.
Here, I'll show you.
So this is the bomb crafting system, which we're probably not going to bother too much with. And we are going to do the Piri-Reis missions, which involve all the different types of bombs, but we're not really going to bother too much here.
The shell, the gun, and the primary ingredient.
Yeah, I never really bothered too much with this stuff because, like, who really cares?
For fun. But we'll come to that later. For now, focus on these elements.
Oh, do I have to go? Okay, I have to do this. Okay, there we go. Test. Don't really care. Whatever. But I do feel like there's a lot of like gatekeeping with some of these Japanese like franchises that I find funny. Like Yakuza, I feel like Kingdom Hearts.
Eyes open and your nose to the ground.
There's a lot of like these like Don't Make Cry, obviously, as I mentioned earlier. Actually, I don't even remember how how the reception went with my Kingdom Hearts ranking. Though that was a bit of a mess of a video. I kind of regret doing it the way I did it, but I don't think it got that much hate. But to be fair, like I don't think my opinions were like that radical. Like outside of having Kingdom Hearts 3 at number 1, I don't feel like anything there was like that ridiculous.
So it's a race against time.
They found one already.
Where like I feel like even the Kingdom Hearts community can like accept that Kingdom Hearts 1 isn't the greatest game in the world. And like even then, like in the overall ranking, like it's still like number 7 out of 11, so it's not even like at the very bottom. So like I don't think that ranking went nearly as poorly as the again the Devil May Cry one, and again how I assume the Yakuza one's gonna go. I do have a Far Cry one that I made a really long time ago at this point that will be coming out whenever Far Cry 6 comes out. Which that's kind of a similar situation where I never played the Far Cry games outside of Far Cry 4 beforehand. And like I played Far Cry 2 when when it originally came out. But like barely, like I never finished it or anything. So it's like I played a lot of the Far Cry games and did a ranking there. That'll be coming out eventually whenever Far Cry 6 comes out, which I think last time I saw, like it was supposed to come out before October. I think I saw like Ubisoft just had their conference call with their shareholders and all that stuff, and I believe that was the latest update.
Very Reyes, I think I have seen some of your earliest work.
Yeah, I mean, Kingdom Hearts 1 just like hasn't aged well, and it's like I feel like a good well, actually I guess the beginning is like not that bad, but like again, like for me just in general Kingdom Hearts, like I don't care about the Disney worlds, which again is like a very different opinion than most people have. I don't like the Disney stuff in Kingdom Hearts, which is obviously weird considering Kingdom Hearts is supposed to be this mix between Disney and Final Fantasy-esque stuff. Again, like Disney stuff just never really interested me that much. It just felt like a gimmick that they were just putting in the game to like get like the audience stuff. And also I just feel like the Disney worlds just in general in Kingdom Hearts 1 don't really matter at all. Like they're all very episodic and don't really progress the story that much. Like I mean I guess the is it I forgot the name of the Peter Pan world, but I guess that one does progress the story a bit. But like for the most part, that's kind of pointless. And then again, like gameplay wise, it's just I just don't feel like it's aged too well. And like fuck the Ansem fight, like the final boss battle. It's like ugh.
If you can prove you know how to use it first.
Yeah, never finished Rechain of Memories, which
is stopping you.
That was because I got stuck at the Vexen fight, and at that point I was just like, I don't care enough. Like, I mean, like, to be honest, I didn't hate Rechain of Memories up until that point. Oh yeah, we might as well do the peer release missions now. It's not like I'm in a big rush. Anyway. So yeah, let's do the peer release missions now. Just because we're here.
I need to reconcile these ancient Greek maps with data from Admiral Columbus. But this is like comparing maps of the moon and the Earth. What a mess! Ezio, cheer me up. Let me teach you something.
What about these poison bombs? How lethal are
Yeah, I also find it funny replaying or like revisiting Kingdom Hearts 1 now, like with the context of the entire series. It's like you very clearly realize that, like, yeah, they didn't have a plan, did they, of Kingdom Hearts 1? Like, you can tell that that wasn't until like Rechain of Memories that they start to like have this plan for where the series is going. Where Kingdom Hearts 1 feels very isolated in its storytelling, where it feels like it's not really setting up that much moving forward. And you get like some of these ridiculous moments like in future games where it's like the stuff involving Ansem and like all the different versions of What? Okay, cool. Perfect. That was obviously perfect gameplay there. Yeah, all the stuff involving like Ansem and like how many like different versions of him there are, and like obviously like them being all different, like all the different versions of Xehanort and like all this stuff. Like it's like it is fun. Like it is funny how like ridiculous like the overall plot of Kingdom Hearts is, even though that's like kind of the main thing keeping me interested in the series at this point. Like for me, Kingdom Hearts has always been like is a series that I'm more interested in the story, I feel like, at this point, than I am with like the actual base gameplay. Like while I did enjoy Kingdom Hearts 3's gameplay, Kingdom Hearts 2 is really good as well. I feel like for me the main attraction has always been the story. I don't know why I assassinated him, by the way. Like I just went for the wrong person. Especially beyond Kingdom Hearts 1. Like when I played Kingdom Hearts, because again, like Kingdom Hearts is another series like Yakuza that I never really I played Kingdom Hearts 1 when I was younger, didn't really care for it, and I never played a game in the series again until I bought the collections for PS4. And wait, what? What am I supposed to be doing then? Wait, okay, I guess I need to pay attention because I'm just not paying attention. Am I not supposed to be killing him? Yeah, Kingdom Hearts. I tried playing Kingdom Hearts 1 and didn't love it. Still got to the end, but like didn't love it though. And then I played Rechain, and again, as I said, got to the Vexen fight and just didn't care enough. Oh, I have to remain undetected. Wait, what is going on here then? What is going on? Okay, cool, perfect, exactly what I wanted. And then I took a break. Like I took like a 2-month break, I think. And this is around the time that I started the Marine Review channel, actually. Actually, to this day, I believe my least watched video on the channel is still my Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5 video. Where again, like this series that I'm doing with Yakuza, this is a series that I've already done with Kingdom Hearts, where I detailed my experience playing through the series. I think that was the issue I was having, by the way. I think I wasn't throwing it all the way in. Yeah, okay. So that's why I was failing it over and over again. Again, like, we should probably just do all the peer release missions right now, just because we're here. And because I don't really have many other plans with this game. But yeah, in terms of side content, well, actually, can we go to the DNA? Yeah, so obviously we're going to do the main story. Secret locations will do. Which actually we're going to need to get the pages, the memoir pages, which shouldn't take too long. There's only 10 of them, and it's not that hard to get. Assassin recruits, we'll do all those. We'll do the Master Assassin missions, which we're going to have to upgrade all of our assassins. Faction HQ missions, we'll probably do those. That shouldn't be too bad. Peer release missions, as I said, we're doing. Oh, is that all? Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're doing everything. Outside of, like, we're not going to do, like, every piece, like, collectible here. Like, we're not going to bother with that. And, what's here? We're probably not going to bother with the challenges. Yeah, I don't think we are. But, I guess we'll do most of what's available on the, DNA tracker, though. We're not going to complete Constantinople, though. We're not going to do all the... renovate the entire city or anything. And we're also not going to... there's something else. What was it? There's something else that I was thinking of that we're not going to do. I don't know if we're going to do all the viewpoints. That's me. Oh, yeah, the books. That's what it was. Yeah, we're not going to bother with all the books. Because if you buy all the books in this game, you get an extra cutscene with Sophia, where she goes to the library in the assassin headquarters with Ezio and stuff. And that's a cool scene, but it's like, it's not worth fucking, like, getting all the money in the world to buy all the books and everything. It's just not worth it. So we're not going to bother with that either. Oh, yeah, peer release. That's what I was doing. I'm an idiot. Peer release is down here, right? Yeah. Again, let's just blow these out. Like, let's just get all these done. Just so I don't think about them. To be honest, I mean, there's not really a point in doing these. Like, for the retrospective, like, I don't need to be playing these. Like, I already have basic opinions on these, and it's like, again, there's no real reason to be playing these outside just to play them, but we're gonna do it anyway. New games this year. Oh yeah, I guess I should talk about that. So I talked about this in a previous stream that Mass Effect Legendary Edition came out, and I pre-ordered it. And a good thing is that I can't. Like, I wasn't gonna play it right now anyway because I'm focusing on the Final Fantasy 15 retrospective, which I'm almost done with. But it's a good thing I'm not done with it early because my copy never arrived. I did get a physical copy, ordered it from Best Buy, and it came with a steelbook. And the steelbook arrived on time. The game has not. And the game is still not here. It came out on Friday. I'm recording this on Sunday. Last I checked, it is supposed to arrive on Wednesday, which is ridiculous that it's taking that long. But that's annoying. That it is not arriving until then, but either way, I'm going to be playing those, doing a retrospective on each of those. But in terms of new games, Horizon's the main one. Horizon Forbidden West. That is the main game I'm excited for this year, that I think is still coming out this year. Again, this is a very weird year for gaming in the fact that COVID is a major factor here, where I feel like so many games that were supposed to be coming out this year are probably not coming out this year due to COVID and that delaying certain games. Obviously, like last year was the first year of COVID, but I feel like a lot of the games that came out last year were mostly done by the time COVID hit. So it didn't really affect last year that much, but I feel like it's greatly affecting this year. But yeah, that coming out. Horizon's the main one. I'm excited to play Nier Replicant at some point. I have not gotten around to it yet. I'm sure I'll do a video on it at some point, but again, it's like, this is probably so far down the road. I haven't even played it yet. It's like, but I don't know, I might make it like a sequel video to like the Automata video, even though Nier Replicant's technically the game before it, but you get the point. I'm excited to play that. Lost Judgment, as I said, I'm excited for that. The new Life is Strange is coming at the end of the year, which I'm interested in. I don't know if I'm excited for it, but I'm interested in what that game is going to be. I'm a massive fan of the original. I've done multiple videos about the original at this point. Even though, like it's just a game that really clicked with me, even though, like, I don't even think it's that good of a, like, it's not that, okay, I fucked that up somehow. It's not even that good of a story. Like, it's not well written. Like, the actual dialogue is very clunky. It's just like, it's like I can understand its flaws, but for some reason I just really connected to it. And it's like everything that's come out from the series since then, though, has been exactly what I didn't like about the first game, but exemplified. Where I hate Before the Storm. It's so dumb. Like Before the Storm is just, okay, I don't know how I fucked that up, but I'll do a Before the Storm retrospective, and I'll probably play Life is Strange. Probably the entire series, or at least one and Before Storm on stream before I do that retrospective. But it makes no sense. Like, the entire game makes no sense, which I'll talk about. But yeah, I mean, and I didn't love 2, but I'm interested in the third one. I don't really have faith that it's going to be good, but I'm interested in it. Yeah, Replicant's good. I hear that's really good. Yeah, I'm excited to play it at some point. Just, to be honest, I forgot, what was I playing at the time? Again, it's one of those games where it's like, I probably would have gotten it had there not been anything else going on. I think I was still working, yeah, I'm pretty sure I was still working on the 2020 year in gaming video at that point. So that's kind of why I didn't do it. Is there really no way for me to lower my notoriety? Yeah, like, that 2020 year in gaming video, essentially me playing through all the games from 2020 that I care enough to play, that took so long. Like, I mean, mind you, it got extended because of me playing the Yakuza series. Like, that wasted over a month of time there to play through all those games. Actually, I think like 2 months, really, if you want to include, like, because I played 0, 1, and 2 last year, and then I played the remainder at the beginning of this year. Yeah, that took over a month, and that really extended the length of that process. But yeah, that took a while, and yeah, that's one of the major reasons why I didn't play Replica when it came out. But yeah, I'm excited to play it. I mean, like, I really loved Automata, so I'm sure I'll like Replica as well. Nier is actually one of those games. Okay, not what I meant to do, but whatever. Nier's one of these games that I remember when it came out, and it was one of these like you can clearly tell it was going to be one of these like cult games where I remember there was like a lot of outrage over this like one review where like this one person like gave it like such a negative review because like there was like fishing. There was like this fishing mission that the person couldn't complete when it's like they were just like in the wrong location the entire time, and like people were like really upset over this like one review. And I just remember, like, I have memories of the original Nier. Actually, I believe I even own it. Actually, yeah. Let's look at this on my PS3 games on the shelf. Yeah, I do own the original Nier, even though I have not played it. But yeah, and then yeah, played Automata and really loved Automata. Like, from my understanding, Replicant is is a remake of the other version of Nier, right? Like, because Nier, the original Nier that came out in America, was actually Nier. I forgot what the name was, but it starts with a G, right? Like, it was like this. There were two versions of Nier that came out when the game came out, and like Replicant's the other version, right? Like the version that we didn't get in America, I believe is how it worked out. Something like that. Yeah, what am I doing? Oh yeah, fuck. I keep on forgetting I'm doing the peer release missions. There. Yeah, Replica I'm excited for to play. I'm trying to think, what else is coming this year? Obviously, God of War is not coming this year. I would be, like, that would be on the list of games I'm excited for, but, like, it's not coming out this year. Returnal came out. I mean, I don't own a PS5 right now, but Returnal looks, from my understanding, it's pretty good. The problem is that I feel like Returnal is one of those games that, like, just isn't a game for me. Like, I'm sure I'd be, like, interested in the story and everything, but it's like, I just don't think the base gameplay is, like, really something that I'm super into, because essentially it's a glorified bullet hell, right? Like, essentially, like, it is a third-person shooter, but, like, really, though, it is a third-person shooter that, like, essentially it is a bullet hell shooter that acts as if it's a third-person shooter, from what I understand. Because it is developed from this team that has only done bullet hell shooters beforehand, I believe. So, I don't know. Returnal is like one of those games I'll probably give a shot, but I don't think I would actually like be super into. Yeah, Gestalt, that's what it was. It's because it's to the West. They believe Westerners would click more of adult. Is that what it is? Okay, I knew it was something like that. I knew there was this like weird story. Oh yeah, World Ends With You. That'll be interesting. Scarlet Nexus. I haven't actually. Tales of the Rise, like the Tales series in general, is just a series that I never got into. Not that I'm opposed to getting into. It's just that really haven't taken the time to play the games. Yeah, I don't really have too much knowledge about what Tale of Arise really is. I do own the Vesperia, Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition.
He was a captain in the Ottoman Navy.
But yeah, I just haven't gotten around to playing it.
Because they stuck to almost any surface. The hulls of large ships, for instance.
Yeah, Scarlet Nexus looks fine. I haven't looked too much into it, but like whenever I see it, I think of it as a game that I wouldn't be opposed to playing. And the way that I like typically play games at this point, like I I typically wait for like Black Friday or like towards the end of the year where like these games go on sale, and then I just buy every game that interests me from the year, and then I just play them immediately afterwards. That's kind of the way I've been going through it so far, or recently, and that's kind of why these year in gaming videos are so late. It's because I don't even get around to start playing these games until like towards the end of the respective years. To be fair, like 2019 again, like I had that video, even though the video didn't come out until June, like I had that video done in like end of March. Like this time I didn't even have to, like, I was still playing the games in the middle of March or whatever, so again, like this process just took me forever this time. Cool. Fuck that up. Vesperia and Vesperia. Okay, yeah. I forgot if I own Vesperia. To be honest, I buy so many games I don't remember what I own anymore. Like whenever there's a sale on PSN, like I just buy whatever is cheap that I would like be interested in playing at some point. Okay, that was perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Yeah, it's a series I'm interested in playing at some point, but I just haven't taken my like first step into doing so. I'm sure it'll eventually be like one of those things like Yakuza and like Kingdom Hearts that I'll eventually go all in, but just haven't done it quite yet. Oh, fuck off. It didn't work that time either. Right? Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm just being an idiot right now. Yeah, I'm trying to look at the collection right now. Just seeing what other series are like that I would probably... Like, the Metal Gear Solid series is a series I always wanted to get into. I just never did. Again, I will be playing Metal Gear Solid 5 not too long from now. There we go. Again, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to hit him so that he carries it over there, and I'm just being an idiot every single time I do this. Oh, escape. But yeah, there's a lot of series like that though that like I just want to get into at some point. I just haven't taken that first step, and then when I take that first step, I go all in. Like that happened with Shenmue also a couple years ago. I was right when I started this channel. That was like one of my first videos, was talking about Shenmue 1 and 2. Which I want to redo. I want to redo those videos because, like, at that time, like, I did it as a very, like, a more formal review. Like, it was like a non-spoiler review. I would like to do it in my like current video format where I go like talk about plot point by plot point, like all the like ins and outs of the story and everything. Yes, that's something I would like to do at some point. Again, like, when is that happening? Not anytime soon, but would like to redo the Shenmue videos. Something Shenmue 3, even though, like Shenmue's a series, like, it's such a shame where that went. Like, and that was another series that had, like, so much potential, and then it's just, like, obviously, like, they couldn't get funding for Shenmue 3, and then when they eventually did, like, years later, it's like they kind of just wasted that opportunity. It's like, Shenmue could have been such a great series, but then they just, like, did nothing with it. Yeah, like, I don't know if you've, was it Sora Quill? Yeah, I don't know if you've, played Shenmue or not, but, like, Shenmue is essentially the, predecessor to Yakuza. The, original Yakuza was kind of, like, made as this, like, spiritual successor to Shenmue, which is, again, like, very similar style of game. This, like, kind of story-based, open world adventure game that has like beat 'em up elements, and it's very clunky, like in modern days. Again, like, this is a game from 1999, the original one is, and then the second one was what, like 2001, and then Shenmue 3 came out in 2019, and like very much feels like a game from 2001 with the exception of just being slightly better graphically. But yeah, Shenmue is definitely a series that, like I don't know if I can recommend, but like I think it's like a series that if you like Yakuza, I think you should probably like at least try it out, especially because it's like so easily accessible now with Yakuza 1 or with Shenmue 1 and 2 being available on PS4. That's actually how I like again. That's how I played them. Then again, like I actually own the original Shenmue on Dreamcast somehow. I don't own Shenmue 2 though.
How can I help you, Ezio?
Even though I believe that's on an original
Smoke
Xbox
signal bombs. I'll do
in
the work.
America, so like it's probably like I believe it's
You
like
must know
relatively
the old
expensive
saying.
for an Xbox game,
Where
but
there is smoke, there is fire.
so like those are technically available
Bombs pay
too.
off that idea.
Yeah, it's easy to get Shenmue 1, 2, and 3
Trick city guard into believing a
on
fire
PS4.
started. These bombs are quiet, however. So only those who
But again, like it's a very, very clunky game, especially the first one. Like the first one is
would
it's
give it a try.
brutal at points, especially because there's no like there's like a lot of missions in that game where like you can only do things at specific times. But there's no like time skip mechanic, so like you legitimately have to wait the time out in the game, and like that's really, really annoying. There's literally I remember I think there's like a good like 30 minutes like because again like I record all my gameplay footage and I record it in 30-minute chunks. I believe there's like an entire 30-minute chunk that was literally me just waiting to be able to do the next mission. I'm not paying attention. God damn it. I don't know why I just fucking went there. Supposed to go. Okay, cool. And okay, yeah, messed that up. Yeah, I think if you're like into Yakuza, I think it's something to look into. But again, it's like at the end of the day, it's probably not like a necessity at this point, especially with like how much it's just like kind of a messed up series at this point. And a series that has like so much potential, but actually, I guess I was supposed to climb that. Whatever. Again, a series that had like so much potential, but just never lived up to it, just due to a lot of issues with the development and everything, and funding and all that stuff. It is hilarious though to play now too. It's pretty fun. And that's like a thing with Shenmue 3 that like is weird because it's like it's obviously meant to be this like nostalgia trip, I guess, like for Shenmue fans. But it comes off as like very forced in Shenmue 3, where it's like in Shenmue 3 it's like it's very clear that they knew what they were doing with making it as bad as it is, in terms of the voice acting, in terms of the dialogue and everything. Like it doesn't feel like a natural like clunkiness like the original game had, because I believe the original game there was like some weird issues with the localization. I forgot exactly what the story was, but like they essentially like didn't have enough people to help with the localization, so like that's why it's okay, cool. That's why it's so messed up. Oh, and also like yeah, that's what it was. They wanted to keep it in Japan, right? Like when it comes to localization, like they didn't want to get any voice actors from like outside Japan. They wanted everyone to be like within studio in Japan. So like they got a whole bunch of like Japanese voice actors that knew English or something like that, or like maybe like some English like people that were that spoke English that were like living in Japan to voice act in the game, and like that's why it's so like all the dialogue's like so stilted and so like it's just so messed up. It's so hilarious. Yeah, I would love to, like another Japanese series I would love to get more into is the Shin Megami Tensei series, which I started, right? That's coming out not too long from now, which that'll be interesting. Again, that's something I'm gonna pick up right away. I'm not gonna spend like I think it's like $40 or something. Like I'm not gonna spend that much money on it, but it's like once it drops in price, I'm sure I'll pick it up and give it a shot. Like obviously I really love Persona 5. And I've played Persona 4 in the past, but like don't really remember it too much at this point. Persona 5 is the game that had the much larger amount of experience with, which again at this point it's debatable for me. Is Persona 5 my favorite game of all time?
What do you call it?
A tripwire bomb. One of the more subtle methods we have of removing your opponent's feet. You see these filaments on the side? This bomb will not detonate.
Yeah, to be honest with the Shenmue, actually, maybe the best way to play it would just be to not play it, like watch a
Of someone's horse carriage.
game movie of it on YouTube. Because it's like so many of like the actual game elements of it are just really frustrating to deal with in the modern day.
Oh, I think you will leave.
Of course. Don't blow your hands.
But then again, like now that I think about it, though, it's like it's kind of pointless because the story leads nowhere. Like it's like it does a lot of great setup, but like with with Shenmue 3, it's like it really leads nowhere, and it's like when are we ever gonna get a Shenmue 4? Again, like I had hope at the time, but it's like I just don't see how we get a Shenmue 4 at this point. I'm an idiot. Again, like I'm just not paying attention. Is it this month? Okay. Like I knew it was coming out like soon. Yeah, I'm interested in Nocturne. I think that's another game I technically own on PS2, but I just never got around to playing it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean I've mentioned this in the past, but yeah, I used to be a big game collector. When I was in when I was in high school, I would spend a lot of time going like the thrift shops, pawn shops, garage sales, stuff like that, buying video games. Even like for a good chunk of time, like throughout high school and I fucked that up. In early college, I never actually got a real job because I was just, like flipping games that I was buying. How did I not desync from this though? That's so dumb. What is going on with the camera? Come on, there we go. Kind of, maybe. But yeah, and I still have a lot of my, like, even though I stopped game collecting, like, I still have a lot of my collection. Though I really should get rid of, I mean, like, I started the process of getting rid of a lot of stuff, but I still own a lot of stuff. Okay. So I think there's still one more left, right? Like, there's 2 missions from each. Oh, fuck off. We're on the other side now. Well, that's kind of annoying. Yeah, it's kind of weird how, like back when I collected video games, I played so much less video games than what I do now. Like, I play, like, so many more games now than what I did when I actually collected video games. Mainly because, like, I focused so much on buying the games, I didn't care enough to actually play a lot of the ones that I bought. Where it's like now, like, I mean, to be fair, I still buy a lot of games, but it's like most games, like, I buy everything with the intention of playing it. And I do get around to playing it, like, most things eventually. It's just obviously, like, I have a lot in my backlog, but I do plan on playing pretty much everything I buy. It's very rare that I buy something, like, with no intention of really playing it. And there's things that, like, I buy and, like, probably plan on playing it for, like, an hour or something. Like, I don't plan on playing it that much, but, like, I at least plan on playing it to a degree. I mean, like, there's literally, like, nothing that I buy nowadays with, like, no intention of ever playing, which is the way it used to be. But, yeah. Yeah, to be honest, I don't even know what, like, I think we gotta, like, when it comes to, like, games for this year, which I know this is going so far back now in terms of your questions, but, I think we just gotta wait until E3. Like, E3's coming up pretty soon, right? And I think at, this point, kind of just gotta wait till E3 to really know what's coming out this year. Because, I feel like we don't know that much about what's coming out for us this year. Like, I don't feel like that many, like, major titles have been announced yet. And again, like, I am expecting there not to be as many as most years because of COVID, but Oh fuck, we actually have a lot left. We have 3 left. God damn it. I thought we had less than that.
Did you know that the early Christians used to place east at the top
And this is
of
also
their
like a
maps?
weird
They
time
assumed that heaven lay
for the
in
gaming
the
industry
mountains
too, where we're like
beyond
kind of
Cathay.
in the middle of this
That is where the
transition to
sun
this
is
next
getting warmer.
generation, but we're not really at the same
What
time.
convenient simplicity.
Like I do find the way that this
With heaven and
generation is
glass
playing
spheres
out
in
to
the
be
sky,
very bizarre.
and the earth at the center of the universe.
Where we've never had this generation where it's
What a load
like
of horse piss.
we're still fully
but you are not here
supporting
to
the previous gen
philosophize.
consoles. I
What
mean,
are
like,
you
yes,
looking
like in the past, like there were games that came out on both PS3, PS4, both Xbox 360, Xbox One, like, and like obviously before that, same thing with like PS2, PS3, and like stuff like that. Like, it's like, happened obviously in the past, but it's like I feel like this is the first generation I've seen where it's like it feels like games are coming out on the PS4, but then there's like enhanced versions on PS5. It's like it feels like they're not even like, it feels like it's one game. Like it doesn't feel like, it's not like before, like in previous generations where it was like 2 separate versions of the game. Like now it's like we're not really even bothering with the transition really, which is like really fine at the end of the day, but it does feel like a weird way for this generation to start here. Or like there's very few games that as of right now are exclusive to next gen. Like even like the games that like Horizon, which again like I assume was going to be exclusive to next gen, it's going to be on PS4 as well, which is why I didn't buy a PS5. Which I think I talked about this, right? I did have the opportunity to buy a PS5 and I said nope, and now I regret it. But what are you gonna do? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm literally being an idiot again. Like I'm not paying attention. But yeah, like I literally got the email from Sony saying, "Hey, we saved you a spot to buy a PS5," and I was like, "No, I don't need it right now. I'm good." And yeah, in retrospect, I obviously should have gotten that. But what are you gonna do? If I knew that it was still going to be the way it is now, I would have gotten it. Like if I knew that it was going to be sold out even now coming into May, and like from the rumors that are out there, like they're saying that it's going to be until... Wait, what am I doing? Wait, what am I actually supposed to be doing right now? Like that's what I'm trying to figure out. But yeah, it's supposed to be like... They were talking about how the shortages are going to run into 2022. It's like, yeah, I should have just gotten it. Because again, it's not even a money thing. Like, it's not a money. Like, I have the money. Like, I literally make enough money on the YouTube channel to afford, like a PS5. Like, I make more money in a month on the YouTube channel to afford a PS5. Like, it's not really... Okay, wait, let's actually pay attention. But it's like, it's not like a money thing, it's more so like what am I gonna do with a PS5 right now? Yeah, I'll have better quality of life on certain things, but it's like, I don't need it right now. And that was like the main thing that like kept me away from buying it. But it's like, at this point, it was like, I mean, it's like, yeah, I should have gotten it. Yeah, like at this point, like I'm not even bothering with trying to get one. Like if I end up getting another email from PlayStation saying, "Hey, you have a spot," then yeah, I'll get it. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to get it. Oh, I'm just supposed to escape now. Wait, what? What the fuck was the point of doing that then? Like, what a pointless mission. So it's not even us actually doing it. It's just like throwing a bomb just so that an NPC can do something. Whatever. Yeah, like that's the thing, and that's why I turned it down to begin with, was because like most games that I want are still going to be on PS4. It's like, yes, I would have a quality of life increase in the sense that like these games would run better, but like I just didn't feel the need to buy one right away. And also like I was kind of worried that like maybe we'll get into some red ring of death issues like with the 360 and stuff. So I was worried that we were going to get some malfunctions with the earlier consoles, and that's another reason why I decided I'll wait. But yeah, it's like I should have gotten it. But yeah, I'm not like there's no big game that I'm missing out on. I feel like again, Returnal is something that like would be cool, but it's like I can wait on Returnal. I can wait on Ratchet and Clank. Like those are the only two exclusives right now that I have any real interest in. I'm sure at E3 like around the time of E3 we'll get some new exclusives announced for PS5. But again, like when it comes to Xbox, like they're not even trying. Like they're not even bothering with exclusives. Like everything's gonna be on Xbox One and everything's gonna be on PC. So it's like again, what's the point? I haven't been able to rant on Xbox. It's like I don't get what the fuck Xbox is doing. Like I mean, I get what they're doing. It's just that it's like it's such a weird business model to me of them going all in on Game Pass. Like I get that they make money, a lot of money on Game Pass, but like, are they really making that much money on Game Pass? And like, I get that Microsoft also like has enough money to where like they don't really give a shit on how much money they really make. Like they're able to take risks like that because they have so much money to begin with. While like Sony isn't as rich of a company, even though again obviously Sony's very well off in their own right, but Microsoft just in general is like a much richer company. So I get that they're willing to take the risk and go all in on Game Pass, but it's such a bizarre business model to me. I just realized I'm going towards the wrong thing again because I'm not paying attention again. Again, I think we got two more. Just gonna wrap this up, even though it feels like we're doing nothing in the game, but I just feel like we should be doing these. Yeah, like the way that Xbox is going about their stuff, it's like I have no real incentive of buying an Xbox. I mean, to be honest, Game Pass would be nice. To be honest, that's the one thing I would buy an Xbox for is for Game Pass. But it's like at the end of the day, a lot of the stuff that's on Game Pass, I already own. Like I already own a lot of these games. I already have access to a lot of these games. Like obviously it would be cool to get like some of these games on day one, like from Xbox, but it's like at the end of the day, it's like Xbox exclusives are kind of shit too. So it's like it's not even that much of a benefit. Like obviously, like we know that like Fable is coming and whatever. So I mean, there's potential for future like Hellblade 2 will be coming. So like I mean, there would be a reason to get an Xbox at some point, but like as of right now, it's like there's nothing on Xbox that I care about. Wow, like Sony like looking at the Sony exclusives and like the future games from Sony that and again Horizon, God of War, we know that Uncharted's in production. I know a lot of people are upset about The Last of Us remake, but I'm excited for The Last of Us remake because I love The Last of Us. So it's like I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I'm personally interested in on Sony consoles moving forward. Yeah, I'm sure we'll get word on that, right? Like, supposedly Last of Us remake is in production, obviously, and I would assume it's gonna be relatively soon, based on the way they talked about it. Like, I would assume it's gonna be within the next couple of years. Like, I would assume by the end of 2022 it'll definitely be out, right? Which, yeah, I'm excited for. I mean, I know a lot of people are saying, like, oh, we don't need a Last of Us, we don't need a Last of Us remake, which is 100% true. But that doesn't mean that I'm not opposed to getting one. Like, could their time be used on better things? Probably. But at the end of the day, they're not using that time on other things. So it's like, oh, I didn't realize the full snake was not to swim, but whatever. So it's like, I personally don't mind that we are getting a Last of Us remake. Again, like, I obviously adore the original Last of Us. The original Last of Us is one of my favorite games of all time. I love The Last of Us Part 2 as well, even though, I mean, I think at this point I've come to accept The Last of Us Part 2. I mean, even though there are some things I do find underwhelming about it, and again, I did do a retrospective that will be coming out within the next month. A few weeks. I don't know the exact date right now because it's going to be determined on what happens with BBAU. But again, it's the longest retrospective I've ever done on an individual game. It's 57 minutes long, where I talk through pretty much all my opinions on Last of Us Part 2. And yeah, I mean, it really made me adore the game even more. So, like, I mean, like, anything Last of Us, I'm pretty open to at this point.
What the? He's got
He must be completely insane.
And it's funny too because like I believe this is actually in the cut because like I obviously edited that video before the remake got leaked or whatever, and I believe in the video I do state at a point that it'd be cool if we got a remake of The Last of Us Part 1 with because like obviously I talked about the intro of the game where like we get these flashbacks to The Last of Us. Or we get these scenes of The Last of Us Part 1, but in the current engine. And I believe I do say that it would be cool if we got a remake of The Last of Us Part 1 with the current engines. So, yeah, that was kind of I guess a bit of a... It shouldn't be... I mean, it's not foreshadowing, because obviously I didn't know it was happening, but still. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm excited for E3 though this year. I feel like there's so many things that we just don't know about right now that should be getting unveiled there. I would hope. I mean, E3's been like a pretty big disappointment in recent years. I feel like, but yeah, I'm excited for this coming E3, especially because like we essentially had a year off last year where it's like, yeah, I mean, yeah, we got some announcements here and there, but it's like it didn't really feel outside of like the Sony PlayStation 5 State of Play thing. I forgot what they officially called it, but the reveal, PS5 reveal thing that they did. I don't feel like we got that many like good like press conferences or events out of last year. I feel like this should be a return to form, hopefully.
They would say,
yeah, like I mean, like a remake's like not something I'm gonna. I mean, I was about to say it's not something I'll buy a PS5 for, but to be honest, it probably is though. Like if we get Last of Us remake by the end of this year, I think I probably would try to get it. I mean, it matters how much of a remake it is. Like yeah, I mean, you say that's unless there's a ton of new stuff. It's like, yeah, I think we'll have to see. Like from what's out there, it seems like it is going to be a full-blown remake. Like it's not just going to be like another port or whatever. So I mean, yeah, we'll see if they like add more story stuff to it. If they, but then to be honest, at that point, I feel like I would be like kind of like a bit more against it in the sense that like, but then I mean, you could always just go back and play the original. It's always been like a weird thing where it's like, why ruin the original? But also, like, obviously you can just play the original, so it's like, it doesn't really matter that much, does it? But then if they, like, make The Last of Us Part 3 with, like, the remake being canon while, like, the original isn't canon, that'll be really weird. I don't know. I guess there's some wonkiness there, but... I'm personally, based on the information that we've heard so far, I'm excited about the remake. But, things can go wrong. It's definitely not a... for sure thing. By the way, I am surprised at how positive the reception to the Mass Effect Legendary Edition is. Like, obviously I pre-ordered it and, like, was really excited for it because, like, I love the original Mass Effect trilogy and I haven't played it in, like, 5 years at this point. I haven't played Mass Effect 1 in forever. Like, 7 or 8 years, I think. And like 2 and 3, as I said, like I haven't played in about 5 years, so it's been a very long time. So I was very excited to get the Legendary Edition. However, I am surprised that it's getting as positive reception as it is. Like I thought for sure it would be coming out with like a whole bunch of fucked up glitches and like weird graphical things, and like I thought they were going to screw it up somehow. But it seems like from everything I've heard that it is a pretty perfect remake there. Or remaster, whatever you want to call it. Technically, that would be a remaster. But, yeah, I mean, so that's cool. Oh, fuck, I'm not even paying attention again. God damn it. I went to the main story. Fuck me, man. Whatever. I guess we'll do the main story.
I have not had time to tidy up since my trip.
You sailed from Rhodes, no?
See, how did you know?
We were on the same ship. I am Ezio Auditore.
Sofia Sartor.
Have we met?
We have now. May I have a look around?
Prego. Most of my best tomes are in the back.
That is a great song, by the way. Like Sophia's theme. The problem is that it's only like 30 seconds long. Like, it's a really short song.
Mostly to the Venetian Quarter and Galata.
There we go.
I assume the Ottoman war with Venezia would have driven most of you
Isn't
away.
that that one? I guess it's the... Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. It's this one.
The war pushed
Yeah.
us out, but I always knew I would return. Have you found anything interesting?
Actually, I want to look this up, though, in terms of games that we know are coming out at the end of this year. Because actually, like... Again, I don't remember that much. Like, outside of Horizon, outside of, again, Far Cry 6 is supposed to be coming out this year. Which I'm not, like, that's one of those games that, like, I'll play if it goes on sale. I'm not going to buy it for full price, though. Like, even though I enjoyed Far Cry 5, I was actually surprised at how much I enjoyed it, considering it doesn't, like, it does, like, most things I hate from Ubisoft games. But I did enjoy it. Oh, Resident Evil Village came out. Again, one of those games that I'll play eventually, but again, like, considering how short Resident Evil games tend to be, I just couldn't justify spending $60 on it. But I've enjoyed the recent Resident Evil games. Like, I love 7, I loved 2 remake, love 3 remake, even though I know a lot of people didn't. So
13 months.
yeah, I'm excited to play it. Ghostwire Tokyo is coming out this year.
All he knows is that
I mean,
somewhere in the city,
seems interesting, but like not really something I'm too excited for. I'm just like scrolling through the list again. Lost Judgment, I'm excited for. I can't believe Deathloop isn't already out, considering how much that game's been promoted. Oh, Kenna Bridge of Spirits, that looks really good. I am pretty excited for that. Is that PS5 exclusive? No, that's on PS4 too. So again, like, that's the thing. It's like, it's just almost everything that is on PS5 is also coming to PS4. Again, I'm just scrolling through the list right now. Again, there's not that much that we know for sure is coming out this year. Oh, yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, the remaster, plus also the Yuffie storyline stuff. That should be interesting. Again, like, that's PS5 exclusive, so won't be able to play that right away, which kind of sucks, considering obviously if I owned a PS5, I would be able to play it because I own the original game. But oh well. Yeah, May 25th is the remaster of Nocturne. Yeah, I don't see that much. I mean, really, like, there isn't that much for me personally that is officially coming out this year. Again, there's already stuff that I've missed. Again, Resident Evil Village, Nier. But yeah, there's a lot of this is a weird phase right now where we're getting a lot of like ports of games from the last generation. Oddworld Soulstorm, I haven't played that yet. I would like to. Again, just looking for, because obviously, like, next year I will probably be doing a 2021 year in gaming video where I play all the games from 2021 that I care enough to play, and then rank them. So far from this year, like, there isn't that much that I think will be on there. Like, I mean, Hitman 3, oh yeah, I did buy Hitman 3 recently. So, I mean, that'll probably be a game I play. Yeah, I mean, really, there isn't that much that we know for sure is coming out this year in terms of, like, games that have release dates and everything. 12 Minutes looks cool, but that's Xbox exclusive. Again, one of the few Xbox exclusives that actually looks decent. There's an Alien game coming out this year. That's weird. Battlefield 6, don't care. Cyberpunk PS5 version. We'll see when that comes out. New Digimon game. That should be somewhat interesting. I mean, like, I haven't played the other ones from this generation, but I hear they're really good. I do own them, but yeah, I haven't gotten around to playing it. Dying Light 2, same thing. Like, I haven't played the original game yet, but would be interested in the sequel. Far Cry 6, as I said. Horizon. Yeah, I mean, again, like there isn't that much that we know of right now. I forgot that Life is Strange is getting a remaster, by the way. Like, it feels pointless. Like, I don't know what they're really gonna do to it to really warrant the remaster, but because like it is going to be on PS4, right? I think, yeah, it's on PS4 and Xbox One also, which is really weird. Like, to have a remaster on the console that it originally came out for. That's bizarre, but whatever. Oxenfree 2 is coming out? I didn't even know there was an Oxenfree 2 coming. Which, Oxenfree is a game that I played years back, and I enjoyed, but never thought about that game getting a sequel. Psychonauts 2, cool, I guess. I mean, I played the original a bit, but not really like something I'm super excited to get a sequel to. Stray, I mean, that sounds interesting. I don't think we've seen gameplay, though. Yeah, I'm just like looking through it. It's like there isn't that much that we know for sure coming this year. So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure we'll get some cool E3 announcements. I know Sony recently talked about how they have 25 exclusives currently in development, which is interesting. With like half, I think they said half of them are from new IP. I'm a fucking idiot. I don't know why the fuck I did that. Which, that's interesting. I mean, that's, I think the interesting thing from that, for me personally, is like half the stuff isn't new IPs, which is like what's in production that like are from older IPs. I mean, like obviously we know Horizon, we know God of War, we know Uncharted, even though they haven't announced them. We know Uncharted's coming. Last of Us remake, if that's included in that. Gran Turismo, Ratchet & Clank. I mean, I guess there probably is 12 if I really, really go through it all. I mean, like, I'm sure there's probably only like a couple that we're like missing out on that we aren't expecting. But by the way, the light, what are they called? Whatever. The light beaming down here, it looks ridiculous in this remaster. Because like for some reason it just like did not translate well here. Like, it's just like a straight beam of light there. It looks ridiculous. But whatever.
We'll find the key soon.
But yeah, I mean, I'm really looking forward to this generation in general. Like, obviously, like, we just don't know that much right now about things that are coming, but like, based on like how the last generation went, and like, I'm pretty confident that we'll get sequels to a lot of the games from there. Plus, also, again, like, with the power of these new consoles, I'm sure we'll be getting some pretty good new IPs. Like, I feel pretty good about this generation coming into it. I'm a fucking idiot again. Whatever. Whatever. We'll just fight them. Like, I know there's some people that say, oh, like, games used to be better. Like, I mean, there's always going to be, like, these sort of people, like, any sort of form of media. And to be honest, like, I think with most forms of media, like, they're probably right in terms of, like, how, again, like, I think for sure film used to be better back in the day than it is currently. I think, music for me personally, same thing. But it's like, I feel like with video games, I think it is a form of media that has just been getting better and better. And like, while like again, I think that varies by what type of game you're looking for. Like, for the type of game that I'm looking for, I feel like for sure the gaming medium has just been getting better and better with time. Again, like, I mean, the way that I look at games, though, is just, like, so different, I feel like, from the way most people look at games. Where I look at games, like, for me, I look at games essentially, like, as kind of, like, my replacement for film. Where, I want to experience these, like these stories and these narratives that like essentially films can't tell. Like I feel like, again, like in many ways, like the video game medium is, like in terms of as a storytelling device, has gotten to the point where it can essentially tell the story of like what you would expect from like a TV series. So like this long form narrative, while also like there are also games that like can tell. Okay, let's see this. Actually, is that the right bomb? It wasn't. Fuck me. Actually, I don't even know if we have the right bomb right now. Whatever. I could have just done poison dart too. He'll die eventually, which is really dumb, by the way. The fact that no matter how he dies, you get the key anyway, like even if you kill him through a throwable. But whatever. Yeah, like I personally don't let's see. Yeah, I think like for me, like I just get so much more connected to a game than I do with a TV series or film. And I think, yeah, again, like I think the player interaction is a large portion of that. I think the fact that you see like these stories through the eyes of the protagonist and that you're controlling these protagonists, I think makes you feel a lot more connected to them. Like I was thinking about this with like something like Persona 5, where like how connected you get to those characters. And like that's not even a good example of like the gaming medium, in the sense that like with Persona 5, it's like a lot of the characters that you become so connected to aren't even like the characters that you're playing as. Like Persona 5, like even though like you obviously play as Joker, who like isn't even that much of an actual character. And it's like I feel like he's like the character that you connect with the least within the game. But yeah, like I feel like something like I think The Last of Us. I mean, like when you play as Joel, I think like the connection that you get to Joel and like the suffering that he goes through, and again losing Sarah, and like him trying to protect Ellie and like all that stuff. It's like I feel like that tells a story that is like so much grand. Like the base narrative of The Last of Us is pretty generic. Like it's not that different of a story that than that has been told in like other movies and TV series and stuff. But I feel like through the gaming medium, it makes you really connect to the character of Joel more so than what you would with a TV show or a movie, where like in those things, like you're obviously just watching this character, while in The Last of Us you essentially have to live as this character, you have to play as this character. And I think that's part of the reason why people got so upset with The Last of Us Part 2, with how they handled Joel, is because a lot of people like looked at Joel as like it's like as if that's their guy, like that's the that's the guy that they're. I don't even know why I bothered doing that, by the way. Like I should have just went up there and killed them, because like who cares at this point. Whatever. I think like people just got such a personal connection to Joel without really like actually thinking about like who Joel is as a person. Because I think like many people like come out of The Last of Us thinking of Joel as like the good guy, or thinking of Joel as again like someone that has justified means. And okay, cool. And like that's what I find so strange about Last of Us Part 2, with like how negative reception people had towards Abby. And like Abby doesn't do anything that Joel wouldn't do. And if anything, like I feel like Joel would do things worse than what Abby would do. But because you don't see the story through her perspective right away, you're just like instantly like, I mean, like the general gaming community was like instantly against her. And yeah, like I think just at the end of the day, it's like I just came out of The Last of Us having a different view of the game than a lot of other people did. Whereas like I came out of The Last of Us, like I for sure thought that if we get a sequel, Joel needs to pay for what he did. Like he needs to pay for essentially dooming humanity again, like killing all the again spoilers for Last of Us. I'm sure I spoiled it already anyway, but like by killing all of those killing like everyone in the fire, or not everyone, but killing most of those important people within the Firefly lab, and like killing Abby's okay, spoiler for Last of Us Part 2, killing Abby's dad and killing Marlene, and which, I mean, again, that plot point in general, like the fact that Abby's dad's essentially like the only person that can create this like this vaccine for the virus, is just kind of like a dumb plot thing, but it's like still, it's like the fact that like Joel dooms humanity. Again, like for me, it was always like, well, he needs to pay for that in a sequel. Like the Fireflies need to come back and end up killing him because